flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. I'm feeling good.
So gnarly and gorgeous the sounds
Yeah.
coming out of it. Nyong. Yeah, beautiful.
I'm going to try and see if we've got sound on the broadcast.
Pete, I heard lots of music and sounds just now. Is that right? You haven't broken it or something because I could hear.
Yeah, it seems to all be working. There's something bad going on somewhere.
Well,
Have I got?
this is a very calm start to the broadcast, Pete. I'm incredibly
Isn't it? It's
impressed.
just bizarre. I don't understand why everything's working. It's bizarre. Right, we're in week 12, folks. Welcome, by the way, to Backfire Simsport TV. This is season 18. We're in week 12. Don't forget, this is a 13-week season. We are gifted this time because of the leap year.
And is that lucky for some?
Well, I don't think there's many things that are lucky for me, but yeah, let's go with that. We are at Circuit Zolder. We're in Belgium. It's a sunny day in November.
No.
Said nobody ever. It's certainly not. Well, it says cloudy on here, but you can see in the background there we've got blue skies, Alan.
It's cloudy, probably.
Yeah, nothing like the real world weather. It says 82% chance of rain, so that's brutal,
Well,
isn't
it
it?
is Belgium, Pete.
Yeah, that's true. It's not that far from the UK, is it? Really?
No, we get a lot of. I've been there and it was raining. In fact, I've been there
Right.
about 3 times and it was raining.
Okay. Let's have a look at what's going on. So we'll have a look at points and stuff in a minute. But first of all, let's just do this a minute and see what's going on weather-wise. Oh, we've got 0 chance of precipitation, Alan. We're going for a dry race.
That sounds like just the right amount of precipitation.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, well that's that done then. Right, let's have a look at the championship then, Alan, because we've got.
It's exciting. Oh, I'm really
It's good,
excited.
yeah.
This is a fantastic circuit.
Yeah, this is a good.
I mean,
good track.
we can relish the thought of what's ahead because this is a great circuit and
Yeah.
we're racing tonight. But
So
look at this. Look at we're getting very close to the end of the season, and the excitement ramps up. Ranks up, doesn't it? We just get more and more excited.
we do, and I think Stephen Walker, unless he gets 4 flat tyres and his car explodes, he's currently 220 points ahead. That's 2 full race wins ahead of Simon Trundle. It's his to throw away tonight. It really is. He is here. He could win it this evening, Alan. He could.
Is it possible, really? Pete?
yeah, yeah.
Can he really win it tonight?
I think so. Because
What would he have to do? Would he have to win both races or something?
just turn up in the top 5, I think. Maybe even in the top 10 for both races. And that will ensure that he
Wow.
is, the best part of... Well, no, in theory. If Simon Trundle follows him home both races, like right on his 6, and something terrible happens in the endurance race next week where we are at, and Peter's forgotten, so he's going to go and check the schedule now. We are at Spa next week for an endurance
Oh,
race.
crikey!
Last race of the
Oh,
season.
that's exciting as well.
Yes, very much so. So I don't suppose it is done tonight then, is it? It depends on the
It doesn't
result.
sound like it because what happens if Simon wins both races tonight?
Yeah, I think Stephen would have to lose a lot of points tonight somehow. But stranger things have happened in our leagues.
I don't think it doesn't sound like it's totally impossible.
No, it's definitely
But
not
we'd have
impossible.
an awful lot of ill luck would have to befall Stephen, wouldn't it?
It would. There would have to be several voodoo dolls knocking about, all shaped like him. But we know that he is the luckiest man on planet Earth.
We do know that.
Yeah, he's the
Which
luckiest
is bad
wookie in
news
the
for
world.
everybody else because he's also an incredibly fast driver.
I know, shocking, isn't it? He is first. Simon is second, previous champion of this series and of V8s. Alex Sevillano Ledo is in third, and he's had a spectacular season.
Yeah,
Alan.
really.
That is
Yeah.
brilliant.
He's doing himself absolutely no harm. He's driving superbly.
No, and he's not even got a drop week to his name. He's shown up for it all. He's bossing it. And Pete Newman is the best part of 150 points behind him. So you would think that Alex might end up in a podium position at the end of the season. It's not guaranteed, of course, same as with Stephen's victory. And then Miguel Freitas, even with the penalty, Alan, for changing his car outside of week 6 or 7, he's in 5th,
Well, it's so tight, but Miguel manages to score points. He's rather good at it.
Yeah, it's become a habit for him, hasn't it? And
When
again,
you look at that top 5, that's
yeah,
they're tight, aren't they? I mean, this is a very competitive bunch of drivers there. That top 5 is like, how do you beat them?
I have no idea. Is the honest answer? You've got Simon Trundle, Simon Trundle, Stephen Walker, Miguel Freitas, Sam Blease, Spencer McCarthy, all previous champions of this series, all in the top 8. And Kenzie Newhoff, he's been at the pointy end of V8s before. Naveed Hussain, we know how ridiculously fast he is. They're all championship contenders if they race every race, or the majority of races each season. This is shaping up to be one of the most competitive leagues in the the whole of iRacing, to be honest. Pro-Am,
certainly one of the best tempered and the highest quality. Yes,
and we'll
the
see
fierce
that.
racing. You
Yeah.
don't see fairer racing, that's for sure.
No, I agree with that entirely. We've had other series in BSTV which have been less than so, but we got rid of them. So, Kasper Smirnov, he leads the Pro-Ams, and he is 150 points ahead, we'll call it, of Carl Hardy, your captain.
Yes.
That's not sorted out because anything can happen in that particular what do you call this class?
Well,
There we go,
Casper
we'll go
lost
class.
points, didn't he? He didn't couldn't drive last week.
No, he broke something. Was it
broke his
hand or
finger or
ankle,
something.
thumb finger?
Yeah, it wasn't his wrist; it was his finger. I think.
No.
Something unfortunate. Anyway,
Yeah.
breaking anything's bad news, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, hearts usually are the worst. But yeah,
Yes, very hard to get plaster on them.
I know you got to do like all this surgery and shit. So we think Magda lost a temper because of his performance at Bathurst. Maybe we're not sure. We'll find out tonight. And then Carl Hardy in second. Tony Walker. Look at that. That's a sterling.
I'm not surprised though because
No.
he's been driving out of his skin, hasn't he?
He has.
He keeps popping up in that top 5, hanging on there, and regularly in the top 10. We keep seeing his name in the top 10, and you got to say, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because we've just looked at the top 10 and look at the kind of names that are in there. So
I know, and look at the
Yeah,
type
it's
of names that are in
fantastic.
this one. Rene Earhart, cutting corner
I
TCR,
know.
Jamie Wilson, another Team Chimera driver, Chris Needham, ex-champion of the series, albeit in GT4. Martin Shirley, last season's Pro-Am champion, is in 7th. That says everything you need to know. Stefan Goebel, he's been here forever. 100 years he's driven in these leagues, Alan. 100. An entire century Stefan Goebel's been driving in this league. There's some big names in there. Let's have a look.
yes,
Oh,
and it's
go
also
back.
yet again incredibly competitive.
Yeah.
It's incredibly competitive, and this would be make a very fine top 10 of another league, wouldn't it?
It
Wouldn't
would,
be
yeah.
surprised to see that
Yeah.
as the top 10 of another league.
It's
at
a good
all,
show,
you
yeah.
know. There's plenty of leagues around that have got a top 10 that not a quarter of that quality.
Yeah, and if you look right at the bottom there, just before where I'm supposed to have accepted cookies, I don't know how to get rid of that. You can see Deck Crowther. He's brand new to the league, and he's already featuring on the first page of the Pro-Ams. And there's a million drivers in Pro-Am. Right, Am Class. Let's have a look at Am Class. Because Anthony Hilton is not that far ahead of David Ayres. Whilst we see Anthony Hilton, he crests the Am Class all the time, doesn't he? He's regularly
Yes.
winning that.
He's
that
dominated for the last two seasons.
Yeah, but look, he's only 70 points ahead, or less than. Oh no, slightly more
It's
than
not to say that he hasn't been driving as well. He has been
No.
driving as well. He's still been popping up high up out of his league in the wrong colours or the right colours, depending on your point of
that.
view.
yeah.
But I just think that David and Max have really raised their game as well. Max has been absolutely a star. David's driving as well as he's ever done, probably better.
And Max,
So-
Max is at the top of or was at the top. I don't know actually. I've not looked of the Safe Driver Award, which we'll get to shortly. And there's some names that are regulars with us there. So Daniel Lewis from SRL. He's missed out on a few races, which is I think the only reason he's where he is.
Yes.
Otherwise, he'd be slightly higher up.
I think he would.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
he's
Let's
showing
have.
incredible pace.
Yeah.
Also, Arno.
Yeah, Arnaud Chenonnier. He's not done that many races with us this season, but the ones he did were brilliant.
Yes.
Highly competitive.
We'd like him back on the grid, please.
Yes, we need you back, Arnaud. It's not an option. You need to come back. Silas is on the chat, so he'll be shouting for Stefan, obviously. Good evening to you. Right, so, driver of the meeting. Casper has been winning it most of the season, or leading it most of the season. Anthony Hilton not far behind, 2 points behind. Alex Sevillano Lado, Simon Trendle and JB J, all sharing 2 points there in joint third place. And then a whole bag full of people on one, because we've had some standout performances in individual races from a vast amount of people, Alan.
Yes, we have. Been fantastic. But it was interesting that Anthony is under threat, but he's still got three stars in the column, hasn't he?
Oh, he has.
That shows you that he's been turning in really admirable performances.
Yeah, he picked up
So,
one from
yeah.
either you or I think it was you, last week.
Yes, he had one from me.
Yeah.
He might have even had two from me. I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible. And then your Safe Driver Award, and there is Max. He is.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the most faultless drives I've seen all season, really.
I mean, these numbers are huge, but small, aren't they? That's a big gap. That's a big gap.
It's
That's
monstrous. He's done. He's done 200 laps less, but he's done 23 incidents less. That's a ridiculous amount of safety from Max Nevinciani. Chris Needham, don't forget, ex-champion of the series, and he's not a crashy driver. Obviously, he's in second place. Dietmar Hoos, we've seen him doing brilliant 0x races, but both of them are, well, they're kind of being not shamed. They're kind of being taught how to do it by Max Nevinciani.
I'm amazed actually. That all of those names are on there, all doing so well. They're not names that I associate with cautious driving, but
No.
clearly they're taking care of the off tracks.
Yes.
And doing it without affecting their pace, which just shows you it can be done.
Yeah, and you look a little bit further down, and you're thinking Simon Trendle and Jamie Wilson, both of Team Chimera's drivers, in 4th and 5th, they don't score lowly either. All those drivers in the top 5 there are at the peak of their individual classes. We've seen it in the previous pages.
David Ayres is as well.
David Ayres, once he can get off the
Hardy
flashy
is
light
as well.
button, that is, yeah. We usually see Stefan in here, but he's had a couple of unfortunate races this season, nothing to do with himself often. So we hope that he features back at the top of this next season. Right.
Well done to everybody on there, to be honest.
Yeah. Let's go back to where we are. So we're only 30 seconds away from the end of practice. Pete Newman at the top of the practice board, with Stephen Walker, current reigning champion and championship leader, but 0.03 of a second slower. Which
I've got to say, I mean, to people that don't know, that really the qualification on this is absolutely fierce.
Yes.
It's so important because of the short race that we start off with, the sprint race. Position on the grid is often a big factor in how well you do in the race. So nobody holds back in the qualification, and everybody's got their eye on everybody else's times.
We just watched the crash go past the screen.
Yes.
That's the only reason I was laughing.
Yeah,
Right.
that was Roger, I think.
Yeah, I think it was. Right, let's have a look at what they're racing for. So this is what they're racing for whilst they start qualifying. We just tripped over. These are, I think they're between, I'm not sure, between 11 and 10 feet tall, these things, Alan.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely monstrously big for trophies.
Well,
Ridiculous, some might say.
Are they aligned towards the sunrise at the solstice?
Only when they form a circle, yeah. This is what the ancients modelled Stonehenge on. Obviously with, ones that bridge the top of them. Season 17 there, you see on the right there, that is already in the possession of Stephen Walker. He hugs it every night, I'm led to believe, Alan.
I'm not surprised.
It's reduced in size because he's
very
hugging
huggable,
it so much. Yeah.
It's the same as, he's must be a tree hugger.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
It's a big chunk of a tree, isn't it?
Well, it's basically the entire tree, let's face it, just with the branches cut off. And then in the distance there, just a bit blurry, you can see 18. And then in the very distance there, you can see 19. Pete was thinking ahead. And then on the left... On the left is season 15 of the longest running series that I know of, which is V8 ESC for BSTV. In season 15 there, I don't know who's winning that at the minute. I'm going to have to go and have a look. I don't even know how to get there at the minute. Oh yeah, I do. Scroll to the top, Pete. That
Isn't it
helps for a
Simon?
start. It probably is, if I'm being... Oh yes, it is. Well done, Alan. He's not winning by much, though. Good grief.
No.
No, he's only winning by 190 points, and there's a couple of race weeks to go over Bob Woodhouse and Ant Woodward. So clearly the league
Ant's
is
doing very
upside
well
down.
this season.
Oh, is that what's going on? Oh, okay. I just thought the league was broken, that's all. He quits every 3 weeks, He's... and then we've got Vincent Skilbeck in fourth. Well done, Vincent.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yes.
Good effort.
I like his grill.
Oh, yeah. It's nice. And then season 16, we're planning ahead again. In the distance there, a bit blurry. But those are the trophies that everybody's after. You get certificates in this league when I can remember to mail them out physically, which I've not done for last season yet.
Who needs a Sandra when they've got a Pete?
Well, exactly. Gifts all around. We've got 31 drivers, good grief, in this evening.
That's pretty amazing and very nice to hear.
Yeah.
But this is a tight and tidy track, so that's going to make things very cosy.
Yep, we've got
I was
3.
getting a lovely nostalgia. Did you see that Martini stand on that bridge?
Yeah, I know, it's good, isn't it?
Very nostalgic, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Do you remember the Martini liveries on the BMWs and stuff? They were beautiful, weren't they?
I've got about 20 cars in my garage with Martini liveries.
Have
on.
you really? Wow.
Yes, I used to use them as my off-duty livery for many seasons.
Oh, right,
When
excellent.
I wasn't racing for a result.
Yeah, that was
I
your
would
colours,
use
was
the
it?
Martini
Yeah,
ones,
nice.
yes.
I like that. Right, so back racing with us. Let's talk in order here. So where is he? There he is. Kasper Smirnov. He has returned with his broken finger. Poor Magda. She must have really been annoyed with him.
It's great to see him back, though. It's nice to see his car back out there.
He's keen, you know. He's the second car out on track here, chasing down Rene, which gives him a good advantage in the qualifying session as they start putting times on the board. And Pete Newman instantly has topped the
Straight
charts.
to the purple.
Yeah, he's
Bro,
ballsed
yeah.
up turn 1 on the second lap, but never mind.
He had a clean sweep of 4 race wins last night in the Mazda.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow, that is impressive.
Including one in absolute downpour of rain, which
Right.
was an absolute thriller.
Oh, okay. Was that televised at all or not?
Yes.
Oh, it
yeah,
was, right,
it's
excellent.
on,
I'll have to go and
yeah.
find that then. Right, other cars are crossing the line. I need to click on these quite quickly here. New driver to us, and you can see exactly from the
Ooh,
screen
look at
you're looking at.
that.
So this is Chris Barnes. He has joined the Blade Designs team with Deck Crowther. That's the car behind him at the moment. He's in the Veloster, Deck Crowther's in the Elantra. A new addition to our leagues, and he has assured me he's going to sign up for season 19, which will start in 3 weeks' time.
Well, they look very good together, don't
They
they?
do. It's a lovely livery, actually. I like that.
Yeah.
On both cars. Very standout.
Yeah, I think they look good as a pair. They really do.
Yeah. Nice.
A real splash of colour and dynamism. Well done, chaps.
Yeah. Where am I looking now? I'm looking for this gentleman. This is Hilton Nickerson. And he is that Deck Crowther behind him? Are we doing this again, are we? No, sorry, not Deck Crowther, Paul Hurley. Yeah, that's Paul Hurley behind him. So it's one of Paul Hurley's contacts. He's joined us for the last 2 race weeks of the season, Alan. He's in the council colours at the moment because he doesn't have a team. He's a privateer. At the minute, anyway. I'm sure he'll get snapped up pretty quick. You can see from his colour boards he is in the AM class, orange boards, black writing. And he's another great addition to our league, I'm sure. Welcome to him.
I'm sure he's going to have a good time because it'd be very hard to not have a good time driving with this lot at the moment.
Yeah, too right.
Every single layer of the race has got interest. There's not a bit of it that isn't being competed of. Every inch of the track is being competed over for a championship. It's absolutely awesome.
It is. And then this boy, you might remember his name, Alan. His name is Jay Corley.
Yes, well, I mean, I did have a bit of insight about this.
Oh, did you really? Because he used to be a result driver, didn't he? In last season.
He still is in the result team chat.
Excellent. That's good to know.
Yes, our friend Jay. He's not been anywhere.
No. He's joining us for the last 2 race weeks of this season. Hopefully, he'll join us for season 19. Depends on what his busy star-struck schedule is. Because we know he's the most famous man in the world, don't we? He's got like 16 billion fans.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I don't know because I can't count.
Well, that's true. No, nor can I. But he's back with us and we love him. Hopefully he'll join us for an interview because he's the best interviewee in the whole world. Let's go on board with him. We're going to do a lap because he often does. In fact, he regularly does.
He might have forgotten how to drive this car.
Nah, impossible. Not going to happen.
I think he's lost his touch.
Not even slightly. He's going to tip it in here into turn 1. This is quite a fast, actually, left-hander. You can take a bit of curb here. Don't run too far onto that little rumble strip because it punts you out into the sand. This is a remapped course as we go double right-hander here. Run it out to the left-hand side and then pull it back down. You're going up through the gears, 4th gear for this one. You're going to shed a gear for the next corner once you get there. 1 drop. Is he going to drop 2? I don't think he will. No, 4. That's good. Yep, excellent. I know what I'm talking about for once, Alan. And then we go down this short straight here, and we're going to head into the first of the chicanes. This one's brutal. It's so difficult to do this chicane properly. He's done that masterfully well. That is Miguel on the left-hand side there, parking his car and taking another one. Round this left-hander to the second of the chicanes, which is just as deadly. This one you can get kicked up. You used to. That looks a bit smoother than it used to be. And then round through this right-hander here is quite fast. Up through the gears again. Mid-corner you're going to switch up. There we go. He's got a car that's going to slow him, is he? No, that's nice. Straight through. That was his own sister team. Shed there. Right-hander here. Very slow. Into a little... It's not a chicane. It's just a sweep in left then right. And then... When you're going to do your pit stop in the second of tonight's race, it's hopefully not in the first, you're going to go straight on here. But otherwise, you're going to take the second of the tip-ins. This is the second tip-in. There is another format of this track where you tip in earlier than that into that chicane. And then you're on to the start-finish straight. You don't get much relaxation on this track, do you? Very nice there, Jay, by the way, if you're listening. Nice little shake of the wheel to heat up your fronts going into this first turn. But that was lovely, wasn't it, Alan?
Yeah, it's very tidy lap.
Yeah.
Pretty much what you'd expect on the line, racing line, and sweet and smooth as you could like.
And look where he put it. Third
He
place.
made it look very easy, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was a smooth drive, and yeah, clearly hasn't lost his touch.
No, and I think we're on 32 drivers, Alan, because Sir Spencer of McCarthy,
oh, lovely.
ex-champion, has just joined the session. As Stephen Walker tries to heat his tyres up, he's trying to get onto a monster lap here. Yeah, we are on... So if that's Fiona, 30, 31, yeah, 32 drivers.
Done on his out lap.
Brilliant, love it. That's fantastic. Oh dear. So Stephen Walker currently with the second fastest time, with an outlap obviously. Simon Trendle's just posted the third fastest time and booted Jay Corley down a position. We've got some good cameras here on this remapped track. This one, it's resplendent. This have you raced it since it's been redone?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
it's gorgeous, isn't it?
We have. Yeah, no, I loved it. I've always loved this place. It's just, it suits the MX-5 so very well.
Right.
And I've done thousands of laps probably. I wouldn't be surprised, at least hundreds.
Yeah.
And also GT3 cars, GT4 cars. They all, in fact, there isn't a car in the world that doesn't love it here. It's got a bit of everything, hasn't it?
It's a wonderful track. You can see on the track map in the top right corner there, the shape of it. It's reasonably unique, to be honest, in the way that it's a right-hand circuit, but with an enormous amount of left-hand turns, albeit some of them into chicanes. But
it's easy to get it wrong, though, isn't it, Pete?
It's technical. It's technical.
You're making
it's
it look
twisty.
easy, but it really is easy to get it wrong.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
easy to pick off tracks. There's some really leery off tracks around the chicanes.
Yeah.
It's these guys are making this look very easy, but it isn't. It's
No.
very hard, and the line is restricted. You've got to get it right, especially through the chicanes. You can lose an awful lot of time if you get it wrong on those curbs.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, here's Spencer. He's yet to put a time on the board, but that won't be a struggle for him, I'm sure. He is about to post his first lap. We've got Roger Morton yet to post. Oh no, he has posted a time. My apologies to Roger. I don't. Well, yeah, he's okay. He doesn't flash his lights too much. It's David Ayres. He's the pest. So shout out to Tony Walker, who is currently the fastest AM class driver out there. His overall time is 6th fastest, Alan. This is impressive.
Yes. Well, it's what we were saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
He keeps popping up in that top 10 and even higher.
Yep, spectacular performance. And also to Daniel Lewis. We've not seen him top the AM class qualifying this season yet. This may be his first one, Alan, I think. I could be corrected by anybody because I often get things wrong.
Honestly, his car looks like it's going to win it every week.
Yeah, it does.
It's a very fast
little flashy light.
livery.
Nice.
It looks very quick, doesn't it?
Well, it's SRL. They are quick, aren't they? Sim Racing League. They run a sister, we'll call it, TCR League to BSTV. Not on the same night. They usually race on a Friday. I've not seen their announcements for a new league yet, but it will happen. Dan Mould will message me at some point, no doubt. Jen Chiller is on the chat, shouting for CCT, Cutting Corny TCR team as ever. Where is Renee at the moment? Renee is in 11th. And Dietmar. Dietmar's got work to do. He's in 22nd. So we need some pom-poms, some cheerleaders, and we need to give Dietmar a bit of a CCT
Come on,
boost.
Dietmar, lad.
Yeah, come on.
So, you know, it's I bet there's not an awful lot in time on these in these gaps.
Well, we can see it there actually. So, Miguel's just gone third fastest and booted Simon J and Jamie Jeffrey
Dietmar
down.
hasn't done his time yet. I don't think he's set to really. He's probably been. It's so busy out there. I think probably it's
Traffic.
quite tricky to get a clean lap, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe so. He's got one more opportunity, I'm reckoning. This is a heat race, folks. So each session will chin
Look
them
at
out
this, there's
straight
a lot
away.
of traffic out there for Cully,
Yeah.
and a
Oh, he's
couple of
moved up.
seconds a lap difference between some people.
Yeah, he's up into
well, he's-
18th. There we go. He needs to do something a little bit more polished, maybe.
Yeah, it was a much better lap. That other lap was clearly just hello. He's
Oh,
happy. He's happy.
he's done with that one. Yep, he's happy with that. Right, so
So he was glad to get that in.
yeah, my suspicions are that actually we need to keep an eye on this. Stephen Walker has just posted purple sector 2, and his teammate is in front of him, towing him round.
He's getting a toe off Spencer.
Yep. So I think
Smart thinking.
yeah, this table may change very shortly.
That's quite a feather in Pete's cap if they're trying to do that.
Well, absolutely. I mean, look at the gap, 0.035 of a second. He's off the gas. He's bailed on it.
no.
He's bailed on it.
Oh,
Pretty sure he's given
that
up.
was exciting.
I think he has. Anyway, or has he? He's very close to Spencer still. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what happens here.
Doesn't sound very likely, Pete.
He's parked it over the line, and he has not advanced. So yeah, that was not an advancing lap. Still on track, but only for 2 more seconds. He might actually get over the line here. Hilton, he's going to be nope. That's the end of that session, and that's as brutal as iRacing is, folks. In a heat race.
Jura. Poor Jura's been getting a good lap.
No, he's in 28th. That's unusual for.
And Martin got in a flyer. Well done, Martin.
That's a good lap, Martin Shirley. Right, let's go through the.
Congrats to
starting grid.
Pete.
We've got quite a lot of them, 32, so I'm going to do names only. So, Pete Newman will be your pole man tonight in the sprint race, 20 minutes, no pit stops. Next race will be 40 minutes with a pit stop, we think, because there's been a lot of fuel saving going on in the latter stages of the races this season. Stephen Walker will go off on the front row next to him, our current reigning champion and current championship leader. Miguel Freitas off third. Martin Shirley off fourth. Simon Trendle off fifth with Jay Corley back with us. Yay. Off sixth. Jamie Jeffrey, been with us for 600 years, off seventh. Kevster Smirnoff, welcome back to you, off eighth. And, oh yeah, that is nice, isn't it? With a broken finger, potentially. Tony Walker off ninth. Rene Earhart off 10th. 11th will be Stefan Goebel. Silas is on the chat. Pete Van Gool off 12th. 13th will be Carl Hardy. JB DJ off 14th. I've got that right twice now.
Yes, I know. I counted.
15th will be Jamie Wilson. Domestic Gillard off 16th. 17th will be Chris Barnes. Stop flashing your lights. Stop it. 18th will be Dietmar Hoos. Deck Crowther will be 19th. I'm pretty sure that's David S. 20th will be Chris Needham. 21st will be Daniel Lewis. Hilton Nickerson, 22nd. 23rd will be David Ayres. Anthony Hilton goes off 24th. 25th will be Paul Hurley this evening. Darryl Wright will go off 26th. 27th will be Chris Dixon. Gerald Larkin will go off 28th. 29th will be Jason Kiley Haddington. 30th will be Fiona Siddons. Roger Morton off 31st. And Spencer didn't properly get a time on the board, so he will go off 32nd and last, and that'll be an interesting race to watch. His recovery drive through the field there. So we are going to focus on.
He's in here for a bit of fun. And
He is.
obviously a bit of a fun evening out. Good on him.
We've got a new
Always good
viewer.
to see him here.
Yeah, new viewer.
It's
Jemison11 shows Smirnoff. Okay, we'll do that because he's always on the screen anyway. Right, here we go. Lights are going out now and we are racing. That was pretty good from most people. Somebody's slow in the background there. I think it's a Blade Designs
Oh,
Elantra.
bit of bang bang, bit of knock knock.
Yeah, a little bit. Not much though.
Pete's got there first. He's holding his line into the corner.
Oh, well, I think that's against him at the minute because the next significant turn is going to be to the right.
Yeah, well, our friend Stephen got his foot down and
He did.
he's got his nose in front.
He is in front now, for sure. He's properly in front. There we go. Job done there. Right, there is Kasper Smirnoff.
Important little. That was important stuff for Stephen to get in front there because I think it would have been very hard to get by.
Yeah, that's almost the
This
entire
is
field in
important.
view.
These early dicers are very important.
Oh, good grief. That was tight. Tight. Well, Carl Hardy, where are you?
Carl's in trouble.
Yeah, oh, that's not nice.
At least his car's okay, but you don't want that in the sprint race.
No, you
That's
don't.
Unfortunate for Carl.
That's difficult to get recovered from. Stefan getting shuffled out there. Oh, has he got damage? No, he's just getting going again. Maybe a slowdown for Stefan.
No, well, there are plenty of them about, Pete. There's a couple of really deadly ones.
Oh, is there? Okay. Jura Larkinen, you legend, up 4 places already. Well done. Where's Spencer? Spencer's gone to the pits with a broken car, as has Chris Dixon. Oh, that's messy. Oh, they're off the track, so no yellow. No yellow.
Is that David?
Darryl. That's Darryl.
Oh, is it Darryl?
And Carl. And Deck. So, a few casualties at the start of the race, Alan.
Well, at least they can keep each other company.
Yeah.
While they bring up the rear. They'll be racing.
Yeah, we'll have to watch and see some replays in a minute. That's all this here, this mess.
Yeah,
3
it's
wide?
There's an awful lot
No,
happening.
don't do 3 wide.
3 wide round here is tasty.
Yeah. Tense, I'd call it. Tense. Jay Corley already in the thick of it with his old sparring partner, Jamie Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Who else have we got on the chat at the minute? Cutting Corny Studios on there. Andy Littler, hello and good evening. Anybody in the cabin with you this evening? We like the cabin votes at the end of the day.
Good news from Andy. He's going to get a new job in the new year, working days.
Oh, hello. Right, maybe you can
and he'll be able to
rejoin.
come back to the track.
Yes, excellent. Good effort.
Yeah, so we're thrilled with that news from Andy. It's really brilliant. Miss him a lot. I miss my my squaddy a lot.
Yeah. Tony Walker up 4 places so far. We've got lots going on though. Chris Barnes, first race with us, 12th, up 5 places. Well done to you, sir. Very, very good performance. Anthony Hilton, as he always does, up 6 places and in 18th place at the top of the AM Championship standings.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, it justifies his place, doesn't it?
Yeah, and he's going to move up next season, definitely.
This is another great driver, and to actually keep you cool and keep it together in these conditions is tough going. This is tight and a bit sweaty.
Yeah, this is Hilton Nickerson.
Yes.
With his own friend there. That's Paul Hurley. He's just overtaken.
He's doing really well, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a.
He dropped back. He did a really good time in qualification.
Yeah, that was nice.
And,
Jura. Oh, having a good long stare there, but he's had to drop back. I think he had a slowdown. Right, let's go back towards the sharper end. As Casper has a good long look at Tony Walker. Tony Walker's got some company here. We can see Stephen, Pete Newman, Simon Trendle, Martin Shirley. Good man. That is brilliant. Look at that. He's in 4th, Alan.
Oh, crikey, Martin. He's another one who's going to get a blue badge, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's inevitable. Oh, this is tasty. That was Demis Dictular getting
Demis.
the elbows given to him.
Come on, Demis.
Yeah.
Tuck in, man. Tuck in. Getting some wind behind them. There'll be some toe there for you.
Yeah, look at Jamie Wilson as well. He's in the deep mud, if you like. There's all sorts going on around him. He'll be loving this. This is what he turns up for every week, racing just like this.
Yeah, he's in a good bunch. Pete Van
Oh,
Gogh's
what's
in
that?
there.
Who's that going wide?
Stefan's in there.
Oh, that was Jay Corley. He got one of the turns wrong and got shuffled backwards a little bit. Not too much though. Alright, as this mob comes flying around here. This is a busy bit of track, this. That's JBDJ just behind Jay Corley there. In the BSTV blue. And Jay pops
he's
out of
coming.
the toe of Renee. No, not Renee. Oh, he was overtaking Spencer there, who is a lap down.
Spencer.
Yeah, he's a lap down.
Yeah, yes.
And that's JB getting overtaken by PVG.
So Spencer's getting blue flags then.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He'll be trying to recover for the feature race, no doubt.
He's not like he's building anybody up, is he? Let's face it.
No, and Spencer's got positions he definitely can take that are ahead of him, so it's worth staying in it. Plus, he's turned up for a race, so might as well race it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this is
Yeah,
tight.
you want to
This
on the
is tight.
track.
Oh,
Yeah, but is there anywhere it isn't?
Oh, jeez.
There isn't a lot of slack
oh,
anywhere,
did you
is there?
see how close Jamie? Where's Tony Walker? Where is Tony Walker? Slow out of the chicane. Why? Let's have a look. Give me the replay then. This thing annoys me at times. Right, here we go. We're going into the left-right. The first of the big chicanes. That's Casper, is it? Oh, right, okay. Bit of net code in that. There was, well, I could see daylight in between it. I don't know about you, Alan.
I didn't see it. I missed it.
Hang on, let me do this. If I do a bit of one of these, we should see that there was not actually proper contact made. See? No.
Oh,
then
yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
all right. There's,
Net code. It's likely to happen though.
yeah, I think the argument there is it would have happened anyway at some point.
Yes.
So okay, fair enough. So Tony now on a bit of a recovery and with a damaged car.
Hopefully, there wasn't a big collision there.
Yeah, hopefully it's not damaged too much.
It looked like it was just he lost control, so rather than it was, it was air, so there wasn't a contact because it was air control.
Yeah, tell you what, those solar panels really are annoying me now because they're just getting in the way of everything. Every camera I turn onto on that little section of track.
I was going to ask you about the solar panels because.
Ooh, Miguel! Miguel's gone!
Oh, cracky, that was a crump into the wall there.
Yeah, and he took Martin with him, I think. He got a huge amount of curb kick.
Dear.
That was massive. And he's had to reset.
Back, his car's wrecked.
Yeah, that was...
that's unfortunate for Martin as well, caught in the...
yeah, Jamie
in the
Jeffrey.
crossfire there.
Jamie Jeffrey as well.
Oh, no.
I don't know where Jamie's gone. Right, so some big
Yes,
scalps
Jamie's disappearing backwards, unfortunately.
going. Yeah, right, let's go and have a look at Stephen a minute whilst we find out where everybody else died, because there's all sorts going on here. Right, so let's have a look at this one first. This is Martin and Miguel. Where's Miguel?
Miguel, is this...
Is this Martin on his own?
Is this after?
No, this is Martin on his lonesome.
Oh.
Oh, right, so Martin was nothing to do with Miguel, but you're going to see Miguel enter stage, well, left at the bottom here. In a minute, maybe? I don't know. Right, where's Miguel's issue then? So Miguel's looks like this. So he's on the track, just a little bit behind. Chasing Casper, who's chasing Jamie Jeffrey. Jamie disappears. Right, look at the kick on that car there. That was massive.
Oh, no. Racing instant all the way.
Yep, absolutely. That was...
Slightest contact and he was off. That was it.
That was all curb. That was all curb.
Bad time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just perfectly worst timing you could have.
Yep. And Zolder has claimed a few scalps here.
Oh, very disappointing to lose these drivers.
Roger Morton has not started the race, and he's on the chat saying he's not able to race because his brake pedal is broken. All right.
Oh, Rog.
I know.
Oh, goodness me.
And Andy Littler's let us down again, Alan, because there's no cabin dudes.
No cabin dudes. Well, Andy's enough to make up for any amount of cabin dudes.
Yeah, yeah.
But, yeah.
So at the wrong...
No Roger either. I
Yeah.
kept looking for him and getting the wrong car, but there you go. That's why I can't find him.
Yeah. So where and what happened to Jamie Jeffrey? I can't even find what happened to Jamie Jeffrey. I'll keep looking. Right, let's have a look at what's going on here, because JB is in a serious battle here with new addition to our league, Chris Barnes, and this looks like it's going pretty good for
Yes,
exciting
Chris
racing.
is doing well.
Look at who's behind them. PVG.
He's landed right in the middle of a hornet's nest, hasn't he? Chris?
Yeah,
Tonight.
a little
He's,
bit, yeah.
He's got his singers at our best.
Yeah.
It's fast and frantic.
So I wonder if this shows Jamie Jeffrey. Right, so Jamie Jeffrey over the curbs, bounces heavily, gets on it and carries on. But then...
He's blinking.
I think he's had
Is
a
that a terminal
disconnect.
blink?
I think he's had a disconnect. Look at his car behaviour.
Oh, yes.
That's all squirrely and nonsense, and then he's gone again. Right, so
Yes,
Jamie
that
Jeffrey
was-
had a disconnect, folks. That explains that one.
Yeah. I've never seen a car doing that dance like that.
It's a nice little wiggle. Oh, go on, Stefan. Go on. Not that I've got favourites or anything, Alan, but come on, Stefan.
I think they're all favourites. That's the problem.
I know, yeah.
But the person I'm looking at is my favourite.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time I look at somebody, it instantly becomes my favourite. It's easy.
So, Stefan versus Anthony Hilton. This is on. These will be racing for the same class of car next season, I'm sure, in the Pro-Am.
And Denise is just waiting to pick up the
Well,
tearful
Demis has
remains.
got that. He's just mopped up. He's got...
Oh my word! He did them both.
Yeah, in one corner.
Oh.
And here comes Dietmar now as well.
Oh, this is awesome.
I know.
Come on. This is a bad corner. This is very tough. They're doing it very well.
There's so much brilliant driving going on. It's just stunning. Dietmar now.
I've seen anybody go get a spinner off that.
I know. It's easily done as
When
well.
you're onto the straight and you get a nice spin going into the wall. I've seen anybody do it.
It feels off camber, doesn't it? Oh, Stefan's right under the boot lid there of Demis. And then behind them, we've got Chris Needham now bearing down on Anthony Hilton. Anthony Hilton is up 10 places from his start position, Alan. I know he's been gifted
He's
but...
probably making points on the safe driver as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Barnes up 9 places from his start in his first race with us, so he's a tidy act, isn't he?
Chris is having a lot of fun out there.
Yeah. He's got JB DJ right in front of him at the moment. And we know that JB can defend nice and fairly. We've seen these two door-to-door previous lap as Chris was trying to get through on him. Further back...
exciting stuff for them. That's just what you want to do. You come to a new circuit, new people, and there you go.
Yeah.
Straight in the mix and having a real good, hard battle with somebody straight away. Beautiful.
Come on, Daniel. We need you to get ahead of David Ayres because he's a light flasher and he needs to go on the light flasher register.
James doing well to keep in front of him.
He is.
Driving well.
Yeah.
Come on.
Deck Crowther back here. Ooh, on a door-to-door with Jason Haddington. And come out the better of the two in that little exchange. Right, so at the front of this race, we're not seeing too much of him. Bloody solar panels. Stephen Walker leads this race by 0.8 of a second, we'll call it, over Pete Newman. Simon Trundle, you can see him there in the background, getting chased down by not the car behind him. That is Miguel Freitas a lap down after the crash earlier. Kasper Smirnoff is in 4th place at the moment, first of the Pro-Am class cars, with Rene Earhart there behind him. The car in between them, Spencer McCarthy, not part of this particular battle. He's a lap down. And then Jay Corley in 6th, my apologies, in his first race back with us. And what a legend he is. He does fantastic things for the community, doesn't he, Alan? Doing the track tours for all the cars in TCR around every track, and gives everybody an instruction as to what gears, when to get on the gas, what corner turning points and things like that, braking points. Although he's just foxed himself on that corner. Oh no, he hasn't. Has he let someone go? No, he hasn't. He's just got that corner wrong. Even the best of them do it. Yeah.
Pete's closed up on Steam. Steam had a 2-second gap, but it's gone down to half a second.
Actually, that's a good shout. we're going to have to watch that because we've got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes is all that's left of this 20-minute sprint race. As JB and Chris Barnes really need to get themselves a room here with PVG. Oh God, I thought he was going across the front of him. Oh, my. Oh, no. Well, hopefully they enjoyed it up to that point and can laugh that one off.
Well, yeah.
Right, let's have another look at it from above. Oh, I'm going to have to scroll.
It's
quite a
easy
long
enough to
way.
do that without two of you trying to occupy the same bit of track.
Yeah, let's have a look at JB. There we go. Let's have a look at this from above. So, 3 cars we're going to go here. 3 wide nearly we went. Chris cut off PVG. And then, yeah, racing incident for me. Nobody did anything out of the ordinary. Everybody turned in at the point that they thought they were turning in and they just got it wrong between them.
Yeah, and then
JB off the racing line, Chris on the racing line, 2 different trajectories into the corner. Don't see that there's anything in that myself.
not much.
No.
Except Pete got
He got a flyer, didn't he? Yeah.
got a flyer through it.
Yeah.
And that was nice for him because they were being bothersome, those 2 cars.
They were a proper wall in front of him, and they had been for a couple of laps, if not more. So, Paul Hurley here had to give best to a recovering Tony Walker there. Tony in that incident early on in the race. It's a nice paint job he's put on this. It's a new one for Paul Hurley. For JAS,
Yes,
just an average sim racer.
He was in council paint, wasn't he?
He was. So this is... We always like the paint schemes, don't we, Alan? They're always brilliant.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
This camera's from
we
6
do,
miles
We do
away.
like a
There we
nice
go.
paint, don't we, Pete?
Yeah. I mean, that one's a standout. Blue and yellow always goes well together, as the Racing
Yeah.
Forces cars can prove.
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah.
Classic style. Just a bit of really good style as well.
Yeah. Ooh,
Very nice.
Look at Stefan getting a run here on Demis.
Whoa! That's a tight line to hold. He's doing great. That's great.
That's splendid, that. And,
Goodness me, that was beautiful, Stefan.
yeah. Heading towards this first chicane here. He's done a spectacular job there. He's going to try and take his racing line.
Nice.
That's nice. Well
Yes.
done. Well done, Stefan. Nicely done.
Beautiful driving.
Yeah. Right, so Paul Hurley is now... Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, it is Paul Hurley catching up with Daniel Lewis and Tony Walker, who are having a bit of a ding-dong here. I think Tony Walker's put him... Oh, yeah, he has put him behind and set off down the road. Paul Hurley monopolised on that. But Anthony Hilton, up 12 places from the start, may get put back 1 by Chris Needham. But he is the furthest forward AM-class car, Alan.
Yes. Well,
Used to it.
What's new?
Yeah.
David, yet again, he's doing spectacularly well to keep in second place because it's so competitive down there. And
Yeah.
He's really hanging on to Anthony's coattails for all he's worth.
And he's ahead of your captain, Carl Hardy, because Carl had a bit of trouble early on in the race.
Yes, Carl had a bit of an adventure, but
He did.
he's always enjoys being behind David. You know, you can tell by the way he smiles when he's stuck behind David. He loves it. He loves it.
Right, Jura Larkinen here, trying to get back through the field. He didn't have the best of qualifications. And now he's got Daniel Lewis in front of him, stopping him from progressing a little bit further. And we know how fast Dan is. Right, what else we got going on? Anthony Hilton still in a battle here with Chris Needham. David
Oh,
Ayres.
jumps David.
Yeah. Sure. Well, yeah, he has done now. Sorry, yeah. Well spotted. That was me a bit slow to the party, that.
It's Daryl. Is that Daryl? Come on,
It
Daryl.
was. But Stephen Walker, is he going to take the checkered flag this lap? Or is it going to be next lap? He's going to be... No, it's going to be next lap he's going to take it. This is white flag. And on to the last lap they go. His lead is 2.7 seconds.
Oh,
So
he's pulled it out again. He was probably
Yeah.
having a rest.
probably, because he does that, doesn't he? He's annoying like that. Right, back here, we've got just chaos battles going on. Oh, that was
still
offline from
tight
Jura.
as anything after 20 minutes of flat out. Look
Yeah.
at this. They love each other. That's why they like to be close together.
Is that really it, though? Is it really?
It is in Sir Alan's world.
Yeah. Right, Hilton, new to the league now, just about being overtaken, is he, by Tony Walker, giving him room? Yeah, nice. Hilton's keeping this an issue, but no longer. Tony's done that now. Nice work. Deep Mar just
That's another
overtook.
fancy overtake we've seen there.
I know.
These people are really pulling it off.
I think there's
It's so hard to get around there tight as well.
I know. I think there's a lot of practice happened, Alan, because some of these
Yeah, well,
overtakes are very
some
good.
of these, Stefan in particular, will have done a lot of laps.
Yeah, he always does. Yeah.
It's it pays you back as well
Oh yeah.
because you got to. It's really easy to get it wrong. You get a nice line sorted and get into a groove. It's a fantastic place to drive around.
It is. Right, and there is our
there we go.
Victor. That was the worst camera to have
Yes,
chosen.
well done indeed.
Beat Newman over the line second, and then Simon Trundle.
Yeah, they had a fairly untroubled old race, didn't they?
Yeah.
First, second, and third. Weren't they first, second, and third on the grid?
They were second, first, and fifth on the grid.
Ah. So Simon made some places, did he?
He did. Made 2 places up.
Well done,
As
Simon.
everybody comes flying across the line here. Oh, there's Jura Larkinen on the go slow. He's out of fuel.
Oh, don't tell me he's run out of fuel.
I think he
Oh,
must have.
goodness
I
me.
think he must have.
Oh,
Yep, that's
Presumably he's got a
definitely.
teammate out there to give him a push.
Yeah, either that or the battery's flat. Who knows? But it's worth carrying on. Oh, he's going to take the
Oh,
early
he's-
tip in.
Yeah.
That'll give him a free cone on the front. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, Martin Shirley's going to get a place here. He's going to mop
no,
up at
he's-
the last second. There we go.
Oh, the poor man. He's got his time. He's made it, hasn't
Yeah.
he? He's got his time.
Now, somebody needs to get round there and push Jura over the line. Who's going to do that? Has Jura got a friend?
He will have got a black. He will have got his checkered flag.
Do you
Is it-
reckon?
No, he still hasn't got
No,
it. Come
he's
on,
got- he's
come
got-
on, get your flag.
Come on, everybody just
It'll
blow.
be up in his car.
Yeah.
But it's not up on the finish line. He's got to get over it.
Well, I think the first car round's
Oh,
going to be
it's all right.
Stephen.
The cavalry's coming.
Yeah, let's hope somebody gives him a little shove. Otherwise, he might drop back significantly. But sometimes iRacing does that in the finishing order. He shouldn't, though, because the car behind him is Miguel Freitas 1 lap down after his crash into the wall at the last turn there, last chicane.
Yeah, it's a horrible crash, but yet again,
Yeah.
Miguel shows his class.
Oh, right.
coming back to the
Jura.
race.
Jura's classified. Right, he's got over the line. Right, excellent.
Yes.
Right,
there
good.
you go.
Right, Heat 1, show. Right, here's your finishing order, folks, for the sprint race tonight. Stephen Walker, current reigning champion and championship leader, takes all of the plaudits in our sprint race.
Yeah, that shows you that important early duel right off the start line was decided this race in the first quarter of a mile.
Absolutely critical. Poleman, Pete Newman, finished second for Result X Pure Sims, and that was a very tidy drive from him. Simon Trundle, third, and finishes the podium positions overall, and for the Pro Class for Team Chimera, as he often does. Kasper Smirnov, the first of our Pro-Am cars over the line, in fourth place, gets himself a class podium for Sim Racing School. He's changed his team, Alan. It wasn't Apex, it was something like that. But Rene Earhart, over the line, second in class, fifth on track, cutting corny TCR team. That
Yeah,
is a great
fantastic
result.
for Rene.
Nice. Very good. Jay Corley over the line in sixth in his first race back with us, and then PVG mops up the final place on the Pro-Am podium in seventh overall for Result X Pure Sims. They've had a good evening, Result X Pure Sims, so far. 2 there in the top 8. Eighth being Jamie Wilson for Team Chimera, with ninth being Demis Tigchalar for TRL
Oh,
Racing
yeah.
Forces.
Another good result.
Yeah.
All these green chaps, all there in the top 10.
I know, it wasn't a great race for a lot of pro drivers, was it? We're going to see them at the bottom end of this field in a minute. Dietmar Hoos finished 10th place for Cutting Corny TCR team, with Anthony Hilton, the first of our M-Class drivers, over the line there for Mellow Motorsport in 11th overall. I'm going to switch the camera because it's making me dizzy. Chris Needham over the line in 12th place there for Air Smart Racing. Carl Hardy 13th for Result X Pure Sims, and then 14th David Ayres for Safeguard by Result. Second in class, and probably flashing his lights, who knows. 15th was Tony Walker for Hydra Race Racing Forces after a crash. Paul Hurley, we're not through that yet, are we? No. Paul Hurley finished third in class, 16th overall for just an average sim racer, should I say. Darrell Wright finished 17th for Safeguard by Result, with Daniel Lewis for SRL in 18th. 19th was Deck Crowther for Blade Designs, well done. Hilton Nickerson finished in 20th. 21st was Stefan Goebel for VTS Esports. Jason Haddington was 22nd for Air Smart Racing. Chris Barnes 23rd for Blade Designs. JB DeJay 24th for BSTV. Jura Larkinen finished 25th for Hydra Race Racing Forces, and Impulse Racing's Miguel Freitas was 26th, I should say, with 27th being Spencer McCarthy, both previous champions of this series for Hydra Race Geodesic Racing White there for Spencer, and then Chris Dixon brought up the... No, he didn't bring up the rear of the field. The field's that big, I can't fit it all on the same page. Chris Dixon was 28th for Workguard. His teammate Fiona finished 29th. Martin Shirley was 30th for RD Simsport. That's very out of character for Martin Shirley. And for Jamie Jeffrey behind him in 31st for Coupes and Convertibles Racing. And then Roger Morton, 32nd. Didn't start. His brake pedals bust on him for Safeguard by Result.
Yes, wow. Yes, Spencer made a few places because he started last, of course.
Yes. He
I
was
thought he
also
would have made a few more than that.
Yeah, he was in a big crash.
Yes, I think he got into trouble, didn't he?
Yeah, so we might just get a chance to see pit lane here. If I jump on board here with Dietmar. It's a straight on occasion, and we're going to brake way after the tip in for the last corners. It's a long pit lane, this. It's not long on the way in, so this is fine. You've got a long stem here, all the way down to the pit boxes. And you've got a chicane on pit lane entry here.
Yes.
Ridiculous. And then the exit to pit lane is massive. I don't know whether he's going to show us. He might tip into his box here.
A few days later, we get there.
Honestly, pit stops tonight are going to be brutal and very critical. He's going to drop into his pit box, which is not going to help us much. Outlap is Pete Van Gool. Here he goes. He's going to leave pit lane for us. Or is he? So you go around that big, massive, sweeping left-hander, and then somewhere in the distance, he might show us. He's doing practice starts, look. Round
show
here.
you, I need to go to the loo.
All right, okay. See you in a minute. It's a monstrous pit lane exit. Tony Walker is on track and circulating as Alan goes to do nature's best work. PVG with a bit of Devil's Horn on the chat. Me and he share the rock love. What are people saying tonight? George Schumacher, who is shouting for CCT. Good results in P5 and P10. You're absolutely right. As we go to grid for our feature race this evening. Right, we've got some stuff to talk about here actually. Right, let me just go to this. Right, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do names only again. Tony Walker leads us away. His prize for finishing 15th in the first race is to pole the second of tonight's races. David Ayres will go off on the front row next to him, so we won't be showing the front of the field because he'll be flashing his lights constantly. Carl Hardy will go off third, Chris Needham off fourth, Anthony Hilton off fifth, Dietmar sixth, seventh will be Demis Titular, eighth will be Jamie Wilson, ninth will be Pete Van Gool, Jay Corley will go off 10th, 11th will be Rene Earhart, Casper will go off in 12th place, 13th will be Simon Trendle, Pete will go off 14th, Stephen Walker will go off 15th, Paul Hurley off 16th, 17th will be Darrell Wright, Daniel Lewis will go off 18th, 19th will be Deck Crowther, and then 20th will be Hilton Nickerson, 21st will be Stefan Goebel, Jason Haddington, also known as Kylie, will go off 22nd, 23rd will be Chris Barnes, JBJ goes off 24th, 25th will be, when I find it, Jura Larkinen. Miguel will go off 26th. 27th will be Spencer. They're ones to watch on their recoveries, as is Jamie Jeffrey when we get to him. 28th will be Chris Dixon. Fiona will go off 29th. Martin Shirley will go off to 30th. 31st will be Jamie Jeffrey. Roger Morton will not start. He's got a bust brake pedal. Right, let's get ready. I'll put you a track map up like I didn't the last time, and a battle box which won't populate just yet. We may just change the camera and just make sure that he's... Oh, he is flashing his lights. Oh, my God. I knew it. Oh, there's no good angle. Well, that one works. Look, we can see the roof of the stadium, but no flashing lights, so bonus.
Sadly, we can't see any cars.
Oh, okay, then. There you go. Hopefully his battery will go flat and he won't launch off the line.
It's nice to see him at the front. He's got a change of circumstance for him.
Yeah.
And Tony at the front and David and Carl. Fantastic.
I know, yeah. If we did something... Oh, we're going to go great.
Look, and we see Anthony Hilton near the front as well.
I know. Different type of lights now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Is it going to hold them? Not really.
No,
they're
come
away.
on, you guys, you need a good start. Come on. Anthony's been absolutely brilliant when he's started near the front.
Oh my word, that is a lot of cars together. Here we go, round
See
corner
if he can
one.
survive.
Who's that gone super wide?
Oh,
it's a
easy to go
CCT car.
wide.
Yeah.
CCT, yeah. Was
Right.
it Demis?
I think it was Dietmar. Oh, Dietmar nearly got tangled up. Nearly.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah, there's something going on further back. There's a lot of shuffling. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
It's like the M25 at 8 o'clock on a
It's
Monday.
bit thick through there.
Isn't it? Miguel making his way through here. He's already up.
Oh, no.
Bagful. Is that
Don't tell
Jamie?
that's Martin and
No, it's Jamie.
Jamie.
Oh,
Was that Martin there?
Jamie's car looks a bit broken, I have to say. This might
The
be.
red one off.
Oh,
Could
that's
be
close.
Martin's car.
And meanwhile, Tony Walker has gone. He is gone. He's in a different race. Oh, that was crashing. That was the sound of crashing I heard.
Martin's gone. He's crashed. Pits.
Oh my word, what's going on here? I can't see
Who was
anything
that?
at the minute. Oh!
Ag.
And the race marshals have called caution.
Yeah.
That's a block track, a very,
Caution,
very
that was
block
a
track.
block.
Right. Hopefully someone will tell the racers, do not reset the car. Do not reset the car. Just keep going round. Pit the car. As long as pit lane is open, you won't get penalties. So hopefully someone will tell them that, especially the new guys. This league is excellent for supporting the new racers. But that was horrific, Alan. We're going to go back and look at it right now.
Yes.
When I find out where the start of it was. God, blimey.
That's very unfortunate.
Right, we're going to
Right
watch.
at the start of a race.
Yeah, we're going to watch it from
That's-
here. So this is
nasty,
David.
wasn't it?
This is David. That seems to be. Oh, right. He was on the brakes early. Oh, and then everything kind of concertinaed around him. And then, oh, gosh, Pete Newman. And then, just a blend of disaster after that. I mean, it was inevitable. That's a fast bit of track leading into a almost stop chicane. Those two Blade Design cars, luckiest cars on the planet. They managed to thread their way through that. In fact, I think we're going to watch that again.
Poor David, he got nudged by 2 cars before that.
Yeah, he did. We're going to go on board with Deck Crowther and see what this looks like. Actually, we should have been on the car in... Oh, that's Miguel. Right, so chaos.
Yeah.
Spotso would have been shouting like mad, and then we threaded through quite nicely there. That was nice, I like that.
Yeah.
The worst of it.
Because nearly all the cars were
Well, yeah,
behind him on the carriageway or on the verges.
Yeah, we had no.
Yes.
We could see it, and so could the race marshals. It was a complete mess. So. We'll do a bit of pacing, folks, as everybody calms down. Tony Walker will be the most annoyed person out of all of that because he was miles in the lead, and I mean miles. I think he had a 4-second lead or something. Ridiculous size lead, to be honest. He's off the gas already, and he's trying to save fuel, as most of these guys will be. They'll be clutch in, Alan.
Yes. At this kind of pace, I don't know how you can save fuel at all, to be honest. Pete.
No. Oh, there was a bit of shenanigans going on just there.
Martin had quite a lot of damage to his car, I think.
He's reset the car, which is something Oh, blimey, crikey! Look at the state of David Ayer's car. What did you describe that as, Alan?
A bit sad, to be
A bit
honest.
sad. Understatement. Yeah, so
Should his wheels be sticking out like that, Pete?
I don't think so. I think that's the new type of car design. It's not very aerodynamic.
Yeah, me. It seems to be missing. Isn't there a bit on the front that goes on the front?
I think traditionally, yes. What this does do, Alan, is for anybody that got through that unscathed, it opens the opportunity to do a lot of fuel saving. Maybe they don't need to pit the car now. So where is the likes of Mr. Walker? He's here in 10th place currently. Where is Mr. Simon Trendle? Where is Simon Trendle? I'm scroll. Oh, Simon Trendle got caught in it all. So he's way back.
Well, he's one of the beneficiaries of the getting the car in because yeah, he was in a bit of trouble sideways, pointing at the wall. Wasn't he?
He was.
Poor man.
His car doesn't look particularly damaged. Is he?
No,
Oh,
I think he just. Yeah, I think he just.
avoided.
I'm not sure he was in a collision. I think he just had to get out the way.
So let's have a look at pit lane.
People are going in. It's they'll be taking their fast repairs, presumably,
Yep, all of them.
and
Well,
hoping they won't need another one.
look at the state of Pete Newman's car. Good God.
Yes, I think he's going to get a good fast repair. Well, I hope it works properly because, of course,
No, it has done.
sometimes-
It has done. It's fixed his car.
Sometimes it doesn't do a complete job, you
So
know.
you can see it there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars have been to pit road. In fact, Daniel Lewis has been to pit road, but he's
If
back
anyone-
on track.
You can't really take fuel on the third lap, can you?
It depends how long they pace for, doesn't it? I suppose.
Yes.
So we'll have to see. Right. So what does that do for us at the minute, folks? Tony Walker is picking up lead laps, obviously, and he's clutching in to try and save fuel as much as he can. He will control the start of this race whenever that restarts. The lights are still on the pace car. Yeah.
Come on. I know you like driving around this track, Mr. Man, in your Porsche. But just
I know. Could have been
Go
a bit.
on.
Yep. So, Carl Hardy is currently in second place. He was your pole man for this race. Chris Needham is in third. Sorry. Anthony Hilton, head and shoulders above the rest of his particular class, in fourth. Then we've got Casper in his new paint scheme with Sim Racing School. And Rene Earhart for Cutting Corny TCR team is in sixth. Seventh is Dietmar's teammate, so that's a nice little arrangement that's going on there. What's Fiona doing? Why is Fiona sideways?
no.
Oh, something bad's
Come on,
happened
P,
here.
move.
She can't get going. That looks like a broken left front. Oh, that's a broken car. Everything's broken on that car. Right.
Perhaps
So,
that was we were seeing the end of a result of an impact there.
yeah, possible. Let's see if we go. If we jump on board here, well, let's jump on the nose of Tony's car. We should see the lights go out this lap, I think. Yep, right. We're racing next lap, folks. So this will be Tony Walker to control the start. He's done this before. I've seen him do it in our leagues previously. So he's the start of this is going to be in safe hands. People out of position, Alan. Where do you start? Okay, so Pete
Hopefully
Newman,
they've,
Simon Trendle, Jamie Wilson, Jay Corley well out of position as Fiona goes to pit road. Jamie Jeffrey out of position. What does that do for someone like Spencer? He's up 11 places, Alan, after all that chaos. Jura Larkinen's up 12th, and the mighty Miguel up 14 places.
Crikey.
Now, have they
Well,
fuel
you know,
saved
I
enough?
mean, that was all on the first lap and a bit of chaos. But we know there's going to be a shake-up because of the reverse grid.
Yeah.
It always causes a shake-up.
It does.
There's one of your favourite panels, Pete.
Oh, don't. Honestly,
What
they're
genius
really
put that there
annoying.
right in the way of the camera. That was a piece of genius by somebody.
I
Putting
know.
what cameras there, wasn't it?
Ray Charles designed the camera scheme for this one. Never mind. purists will say it's my responsibility. Right, so what's Simon Trundle doing here? He's going super slow for some reason. Don't understand that necessarily. JB has overtaken
He's
him.
fuel
temporarily.
saving.
Oh, he is. Yeah, well done. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. My brain is addled, clearly. Right. So what's going on at the front? Tony Walker making his way round here. He's got quite. What's he got left of the track? He's got about a third of the track to go before he's going to control this start. How much room has he left to the pace car? The pace car's in a different postcode, Alan. So he's given plenty of room to that.
Yeah, it was closer to the pace car. He had a bigger gap previously,
Yeah.
so he's let it go a little bit.
And believe it or not, fastest lap of the race so far is Martin Shirley on a 1:44. I think that'll disappear quite quickly. Right, so
Hopefully
pace car.
The pace car goes as well.
Yeah, pace car
There
is.
it goes, going straight
Yeah,
ahead.
that's into pit road now. Let's get
It's
racing.
easy to do as well if you nod off.
Yeah.
Go straight down there. I've done it before.
Right, he's gone. Tony Walker's put his toe in and he's already racing. He's trying to get one over on Carl Hardy, but Carl... Oh, no, he's not. He's blocking... He's not blocking. He's stacked him. Now they're greens. He's got to go now. I don't know whether he's caught himself out there, but he's certainly given everybody behind him something to race for. I thought he'd gone on that
I would have
straight.
gone. I would have gone like the clappers. But
I probably would have done as well, but he may have thought, I'm going to catch the pace car, because you can get a penalty if you cross the line before the pace car
It
does.
was just and it was being sensible, and
Yeah.
it's kept the field together nicely.
Yeah, so recovering cars. Jamie Jeffrey, we need to keep an eye on him. Martin Shirley. Oh, that was a car super wide, and I don't know who it was now. It was Jay Corley, who I was going to switch to and say we've got to watch him because he's going to come through the field. Pete Newman, who's got Chris Dixon and JB in front of him. Oh, we got some overtaking going on here. That's Miguel making his way through on Deck Crowther. Not Deck Crowther, on Dietmar Hoos. Reading the wrong bit of screen. It's not like me at all. Look at these two Blade Design cars in flight formation.
Yeah.
Paul Hurley just in front and
Probably quite
Jura.
smart.
Ooh, that's nice from Jura Larkinen.
Going to be able to get past those two cars while they're locked together like that.
Yep. Very nice, that. Very nice. Look at these two Blade Design cars. Inseparable at the minute. It's nice. Like it. And that is Spencer McCarthy right behind them. Obviously, they may not know quite how ridiculously fast Spencer can be.
Well, if anybody can get past him, it's likely to be Spencer.
Without a doubt, yeah. We've seen him just scythe his way through massive fields before.
We have. He's got that wonderful half a car of speed out of nowhere.
Darryl-
Like a striking snake.
Darrell's gone to pit road. That can only be a penalty. His car looks immaculate. So we'll carry on watching this. Oh dear. Is that Spencer going backwards? It is. Oh no. Now he's going forwards again. So that was Paul Hurley giving Spencer something to consider there as he makes his way around. And that is Simon Trundle just behind them. So we've got a couple of cars very much out of position here, Alan.
Yes. But they've still got their hands full because of the
Fact.
depth of quality in the field.
Yeah. So this is Simon now closing in on Paul Hurley's car. Oh, is he off the gas? I think Simon might be fuel saving a bit here, Alan.
I don't think he knows how to do it without fuel saving.
No,
I think he's just trying to save up for his holidays in Bermuda.
Yeah. Look at that. Well out of the gas. Right. So he's not going to pit the car. That's guaranteed.
Well, while he's tucked up in the toe like this, he's not using any fuel, but he's not making any places either.
No, he's not. But if everybody in front of him does have to pit, then he's going to monopolise massively, isn't he, I suppose? Right, Casper is under pressure. And he's under pressure here from Stephen Walker. And Stephen's already pulled alongside him. Look, and he's... Whoa, the drag down that straight was massive.
Ooh.
So into
Well,
the...
they sorted it out. Oh,
who was
hello,
that?
someone's gone straight to the pits.
That was Martin
Pete?
Shirley. No, it was Pete Van Gool. Pete Van Gool to the pits. There he is. That might be a scheduled stop, you know.
It's possible. Lap 7.
Yeah. He's obviously not a fuel saver. This is Casper with mighty Miguel behind him. And Stephen Walker in front of him. And they're used to racing together, these three, aren't they? Because Casper, whilst he's got that green band of a Pro-Am on his car, he's on that bubble, isn't he, between Pro-Am and
plenty of time
Pro,
up in that top 10 group. In fact, he spent all of his time there.
Yes, he has, yeah.
He spent no time with the Pro-Ams, as far as I can tell.
Not a great deal at all, no. And Anthony Hilton...
The only time he's with the Pro-Ams is when they're, like, in the top 5 places.
Yeah, I think Miguel's going to be...
Which just shows you how good they are.
Yeah.
They're really good.
So Miguel got through on him there. And has moved forward and is continuing to pursue Stephen Walker. There is Miguel. Stephen Walker underneath Anthony Hilton. Or is he? Yeah, he is. Anthony's got some damage front right, I think. Yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of damage. I don't know whether he knows he does, as Miguel comes through on him as well. Miguel's not on the favourable side here. So Miguel's on the wrong side. He's backed out of it. Sensible.
Yeah.
He's going to try and get a cutback. If I can focus
sensible
on him.
drive by Miguel, and yeah.
And again, he's on the wrong side of the car. So the next turn is a lefty. Is he going to switch? He's only going to switch if Anthony comes across the track. There we go. Right, he's done it. Right, okay. That's what I thought he was going to do. And that is a mighty bit of overtaking. Well done, Big Mig. And there comes Casper.
That was pretty classy.
That was beautifully done. I mean...
Crikey.
Oh, that's intimate. That is intimate. Oh, dear.
Yes.
Ooh, a little shove, a little shove.
Hello.
Ooh, hello, hello, I'm here. Yeah, hello. Jamie Jeffrey has just got through, did he, on Jamie Wilson? There's Paul Hurley and JB.
Still battling.
Still battling, yeah. I'm going to go back to a different camera. There's a lot of chopper in that.
With Tony and Carl are still hanging on in front, and Chris was closing in on Cole, but he's dropped away a bit now, so
yeah,
you're starting to get a bit sweaty for Carl. He's doing well. I mean, they're doing well. Tony and Carl are still in the front. Chris is still there, backstopping.
Yeah, well noticed. I mean, you look at the timing tower there, folks, and you've got Pro-Am cars in the top 4. You've got to look down at 5th place before you find Stephen Walker as a pro car. Even this deep into a race, yes, we've had yellows, I get that. But then look at Anthony Hilton there, 8th place overall, and his next closest rival, Paul Hurley, is in 15th, Alan. Shows how... I mean, I know he started on pole, but he's an AM class car. He's gonna be pro am next season. Let's face it. But he's doing such a great job.
Yes, well, he's clearly in the wrong colours. So
yeah,
and they'll be comfortable in the pro-ams next season because, well, we can see how formidable they are.
Yes, yeah. We need to focus on some of these cars that have pitted for damage. This is the first of them, Pete Newman. He is in 12th place. I don't think he needs to pit again, Alan. I just don't think he does.
Do you think he's upfield?
I think he probably does. He pitted on lap 2 with paced for a while. If he's done his pacing sensibly, like Tony Walker was,
he got his repairs as well.
He did.
He didn't take any fuel.
Yeah, he will have done though. Yeah. So fastest lap of the race, Tony Walker, race leader.
Ooh. Yes, he's doing very well. He set off with full of intention in part 1 of this Country Thompson. He's set off the second part in exactly the same light, hasn't he?
Oh, Deck Crowther, where you gone? Where you gone, Deck Crowther? Oh no! Right, we're gonna have to have a look at that in a second.
Oh, I hope his car's okay.
Yeah, he's just doing a 3-point turn. There we go, and then a bit of lefty, left. Any damage? I don't think so. Right,
no,
let's have a look.
I don't think he hit the wall, did he?
I don't think so. Let's have a look at what actually happened. Oh, right, there's a gaggle in front of him. Has that spooked him? He's approached it fast.
Oh.
Ag. Ag. I think there was some, again, net code in it. That was with... Who was that with? I don't remember. Was that Casper? I think it was Casper, you know. Yeah, it was. It was with Casper. Casper had net code with somebody in the first race, didn't he? Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm making it up now. Right, let's go back to your normal scheduled racing, folks. Right, there's a lot going on all of a sudden. So Paul Hurley is being overhauled here by Simon Trendle. Somebody move those goddamn solar panels. Somebody's shouting at me. Well, you need to move the camera, Pete. And that's just going to get them a poke in the eye. Chris Dixon has just been overtaken, I think, by Daniel Lewis, who has pitted. Yes, he has. Yeah, he was in that wreck on the first lap. Who's that gone super fast? Stephen Walker, no surprises. Anthony Hilton here, under lots and lots of pressure now from Pete Newman. Ooh, that was tight. Anthony placed his car beautifully to stop Pete Newman getting through on him there, Alan. That was majestic.
Yes, well, you know, creeping on towards pro standard, and mine pro out.
Well, maybe, yeah. That was lovely. The car positioning, it allowed...
I think he's really good at it, particularly because he gets himself way up the grid, and he's never flustered.
No, not
He's
at all.
never out of place. You know, he never looks under pressure. He's always looks perfectly comfortable where he is, and yeah, he's got a really fine judgment and fine car control. He avoids trouble.
Yeah, he does.
He seems to avoid the trouble for some reason. He just goes through it, and yeah.
Brilliant stuff. And look at him.
Smart driver, very smart driver.
Keeping Pete Newman on the outside on a double
Yes,
right-hander. This is fantastic. It's triple
really
right-hander, sorry. That was lovely.
Beautiful racing.
Yeah.
Just what you want to see. Beautiful racing. This will be very exciting for those lads in those cars. They'll be loving this.
Yeah, so we got Hilton, Nickerson and Deck Crowther into pit road for their scheduled stops, folks. Scheduled stops. No damage.
Lovely feel around those corners, isn't it? When you go around that big bend, it just feels so great. Oh.
So Pete Newman got a bag full of curb that he didn't want.
Look at that.
Anthony Hilton's on him again. This is great stuff. This is excellent racing from these two. Pete Newman's kind of got it done after all of that. All the arguing is over now.
Now, can Mr. Hilton keep in that bit of toe?
Well, it'd be good if he could.
Is Pete just got a second too much?
Well, I don't think that Anthony knows he's got damage on that right front. And Dietmar Hoos is now threatening to take a position from him. He's giving him room as well. Anthony Hilton's a very fair racer. I like what he does on the track, Alan. He's very nice.
There's a reason why he's got so many Driver of the Evening awards.
Yeah, definitely. He's going to get mine tonight if he carries on this way. That's excellent racing, that. Excellent racing.
He does it time and time again.
Yeah, a whole bag full of cars have gone to pit road now. Paul Hurley, Jay Corley, Stefan, Dietmar. Again, scheduled stops these, not for damage. Jamie Wilson, nice move, nice move. Can he stick it? That's Casper.
Jay. Oh, it's Casper.
Casper's coming through, actually.
His car and Jay's look a bit similar.
Yeah.
The eyes tuned in. Oh,
that was close. Casper's still got damage showing, so I don't know whether he's got something going on. Shane Newport on the chat, good evening. We've got 20-odd people watching at the minute, Alan, so that's...
Really?
Oh, yeah. You are very popular. Right, at the front of this field, Tony Walker has a very, very tidy lead. It is 2.1 seconds over Carl Hardy.
Yes, but look at this. Rene, how far is Rene in front?
So Rene is now in 4th place, nearly 3rd place. Nearly 3rd place.
But how far is Stephen behind him?
5 seconds.
Yes, that wasn't 5 seconds before.
No, it wasn't. There is Stephen. And Miguel is a further...
It's taken a long time to pull them back.
Yeah, Miguel was a further 4 seconds, but that's now Spencer. Spencer McCarthy, Alan.
Yes.
21 positions. 21. up from the start. Miguel up 19.
Well, we did say,
Unbelievable.
didn't we? We
Yeah.
did say. I don't think it is unbelievable because it's Spencer McCarthy.
Yeah, but we're only like just over halfway through the bleeding race.
Well, he's got the rest of all that time to overtake the rest of them. Then, hasn't he?
Oh, I love this league. It is brilliant. It really is. Durrell Arkinen's gone to pit road now for his scheduled stop. Oh, the sodding solar panels really beginning to grip my whatever. So Jamie with windscreen wiper going. I don't know why. Closing
With
in.
muck, you see, you get a lot of dust and residue building up from the sand.
Yeah, that was Jamie getting caught out a little there by Anthony Hilton's braking point, but they both survived it and handled it beautifully between them. Shows the car handling talents of these two.
No, there isn't a bad car handler in the field.
No, I don't think so either. They're all spectacular at the moment that we've got. Oh, around the outside trying to, Jamie Jeffrey. And he might do this because there's a left-hand turn coming up into a right-hand chicane. Oh! Well, that's robust. We'll call that robust. Oh, and giving each... Oh, they were giving each other room.
No.
They are not now. Right, so there's a bit of shouldering in that. We'll see how that transpires when we get to the end.
Yes.
It did look a bit robust. We'll have a look at it again and see if we can appoint
Jamie has
someone.
gone in the pits, I think.
Is he? Oh, he did, yeah. He's gone to pit road, yeah.
I don't know if he picked up a bit of damage, maybe.
Well, I would think so. It was... Well,
If
maybe
he has,
not.
I hope he hadn't used his fast repair before.
Yeah, let's have a look at that from above.
It will be his hopefully scheduled stop as well, won't it?
This isn't it, is it? This is something else. This is him entering
I'm
pit
just
road.
hoping it's lucky he's got his scheduled stop.
Yeah, let me go back a little bit further to here.
See anything with the car?
SDK is a oh, right, okay, so I can understand why Jamie's not slowed because that was Anthony turning in a bit too soon at that point and then running through the corner. I'm afraid, Alan, I'm going to give that to Anthony to take some responsibility for. Don't know about you. Oh, and then Casper's not going to be happy with him either now. Okay, that's how that worked out then. So
It's just simple enough. Somebody needs to give way sometime.
yes, and I think the behaviour, the angles that Anthony was going into corners there, I think he needs to take responsibility for the greater portion of that. I would
Looks like
say
he's either got damage or.
Oh, he's definitely damaged. Yeah, Casper hit him pretty hard there.
Oh yeah, that looks a bit squabbly. He's got suspension
Yeah.
awry. Oh, I do hope he hasn't taken his fast repair and he hasn't got to sit there.
He wasn't in the melee at the start, was he? So maybe that's...
Those mechanics in there are terrible slow now.
Mine were slow because they were exhausted, Alan.
Oh, yes. Well, I can well understand that, Pete.
So a recovering Chris Barnes finds himself behind Darrell now. But with... who's that behind him? That's a recovering... Who is that?
They're all recovering. Oh, they've been ill.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out... Oh, is that our race leader behind them? It is! It's Tony Walker. So Tony Walker giving him a flash to let them know that their race leader is behind them. Blue flags. Yeah.
There'll be flags waving in their cabs. Hopefully they notice. It isn't impossible to miss a flag.
I tell you what, if he wins this race and doesn't come into the booth for an interview, there'll be words spoken by me. Short ones.
What? What in Hebrew or ancient Greek or something?
Yeah.
They're good languages
Latin.
for words.
Yeah, I can do Latin.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, here we go. So this is Jay
Veni,
Corley.
vidi, vici.
Yes.
Os longa vita brevis.
Very good.
That's about as far as it goes.
Oh, okay.
Julius Caesar.
Yeah. Et tu brute. Yeah.
Oh, yes, we know that one as well.
We do. Darrell Wright is in the pits for a scheduled stop. So, interesting to see if/when Simon Trendle bothers to trouble pit road with his presence.
He doesn't use pit roads anymore.
No, they're so last year, aren't they?
Yeah.
For him.
Well, petrol in general, he just doesn't bother with it.
No, why would you when you got a solar powered car? You know.
He uses solar power and willpower.
Yeah, and a bit of
They seem to have the
Flintstones.
same, very, very powerful.
Yeah. What else have we got here? Chris Needham is getting some Rene Earhart attention.
This is, you know what? This is a tiring race, Pete.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of time off on this lap.
No.
It's not like anybody's hanging about.
Not at all.
So
Let's have
you're
a look.
full on concentration. You're full on absolutely trying to get through these array of obstacles,
Yeah.
including this beautiful bridge. You go over that bridge, and it's just delicious going around here. Get on the brakes just perfectly. Boom, second gear. Ooh, whack. Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
It crunches you, those curves, if you don't get them right.
Yeah, and some of
And
these
there's
curves.
an easy off track.
Oh,
Very
is there?
easy off track there, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's off the gas. It's 3/4 of a mile before his turning point. So
It is downhill.
yeah, Carl Hardy's just gone to pit road from second place. I'm gonna see if Stephen Walker's doing
Oh.
similar.
Come on, Captain. Do your best pit stop ever.
So Stephen Walker is doing a bit of fuel saving, but it's not spectacular. Is he or isn't he? I don't think he is, you know. I think he's on it. So does he have to therefore pit at some point? Or is... Why would Simon Trendle be fuel saving as much as he is? Where is he? He is 16,
making
20,
paces.
22 seconds behind
Just
Stephen.
gone past Jamie.
Yeah. His own teammate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Stephen's chasing
Ooh.
his brother right now. I don't think Stephen Walker is fuel saving. I just don't. That didn't look like proper fuel saving to me. Not like Simon's doing. Rene Earhart and Chris Needham still bolted together at the moment. Cutting Corney represented extraordinarily well here by Rene. And he
So
can
you
see a
think,
podium. He can see a podium. It's just that position in front of him. And Chris Needham's the current proud owner of it.
Well, he's been there all race.
Yeah, he has. Yeah.
He has. They've been there, and it's only the pit stops and things that have changed the shape of that. Because Stephen was still well to the rear of them all.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hello.
That
Oh,
is
was that Spencer?
no, that was Lucky Wookie Walker to pit road,
Oh, was it?
and Chris Needham and Renee. Oh my word!
Well, you were right about Stephen, weren't you?
Yeah, let's see what this does to the likes of.
What's
Well,
that going to do for Simon?
so Spencer's going round again. Miguel is also going round again. Simon Trendle, we know, is going to go round for another 400 laps without needing to pit. Jamie Wilson, his teammate behind him, has already been in on the early lap. He was involved in the kerfuffle, we're going to call it. The great kerfuffle of Zolder, 2024.
Really, Simon's wanting to run faster than Jamie, otherwise he would be staying behind Jamie and getting his toes still.
Unless Jamie's using Simon to do likewise fuel saving, because that would work. Oh my word, Stephen's come out in traffic. That's not going to help.
Oh, he's behind Carl.
He's behind Carl, and that's Demis that he's currently door to door with. He's sorted
he's
that
done
one.
Demis. but-
Yeah. I mean, Demis does not need to lift. This is for position, this. They're all pitted. You can see it in your screens, folks, on that timing tower
Oh, and done it. Even then he's got to
there. Oh
get
my
past
god,
Jamie.
that's a lot of curve.
And Simon, he's behind Simon and Jamie.
Yeah. Stephen Walker was earning air miles then. That was violent, that.
I think he's not holding back.
No. That train in the background's about 16 billion miles long. It goes past it constantly. Right.
Yes, they do times for those with calendars.
That's a good one, I like that. Anthony Hilton on a recovery drive now after what happened earlier
He's
with...
probably taking an aspirin as well, I expect.
yeah, with Chris Barnes here for company. Oh, was it Chris? No, Deck. It was Deck Crowther. Sorry, my apologies. Oh, Spencer's crashed. What?
Oh no!
I don't believe SDK. I just don't believe it. What's happened here?
Don't crash, Spencer.
Oh no, it won't be. It'll be him entering pit road. So SDK has a
Ah.
fit sometimes when cars
Oh,
go
okay.
in
Thank
too
heavens.
fast. Right. Okay. That's fine then. Ignore that, folks. Ignore that.
Yeah, no, after the way he's been driving, the
Oh.
last thing we want.
Oh right. So
He made all those overtakes. He's still in 11th.
Yeah.
Scott's keeps had to go back, didn't he?
yeah, after their pit stops, Renee and Chris Needham are no more separated
Still
than they were.
locked together.
But they're the wrong way round now. Oh, not the wrong way round. They're the other way round now. Oh, and Tony Walker has pitted the car and ended up in 4th, which is actually a pretty good place to be.
Pretty good. Yeah, now Pete's in front, and now you thought he didn't have to pit again, didn't you?
Well, I think with the right amount of fuel saving, and if he made sure he fueled when he was in for his repairs, this could work out for him. To be fair.
Yes, that's just what I was thinking.
Yeah.
If your conjecture is true, he's now in position A, and nobody's going to get by him in the next 5 minutes.
Or he could just sail it straight into the pit road
Go
as I'm
straight
talking.
into the pits.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like they love to
well, it was-
do.
I liked your conjecture because he put my mate Pete in front with
Yeah.
a big lead, but
Yeah.
I suppose it was a bit optimistic.
Yeah. So,
Anyway, he won 4 races last night.
yeah, Simon Trendle's Chimera car, also sponsored by the god Ra, who is the god of the sun, makes his way around, but he can still see Miguel Freitas in front of him. And I don't know that Miguel isn't also fuel saving. Let's just jump on board with mighty Miguel. See what he does.
No.
We are
Yes.
5 minutes away from the end. Only 5 minutes. Oh my god, he's
Yeah.
off the gas massively.
He's
early.
off the gas.
So,
Well, he's certainly trying. He's certainly trying to get there, and he's got 3
yeah.
seconds.
he's got 3 at the minute, yeah, and it's is it growing? It's seesaw.
And it's going down. It's going down.
So this is the
But you'd expect
battle
it to
of
be
the-
going down.
Yeah, true.
But it's going down a tenth at a time.
So my thoughts are the advantage is with Tony Walker. He's pitted the car, he's fueled it properly. He's already on to Simon Trendle, who, if he can make his car fat enough, might be a blocker to him. But the advantage is with Tony Walker right now, in my opinion.
Yes, because he doesn't have to hold back, and
No.
Simon probably didn't put his foot down.
Yeah, let's jump on his nose here. Let's have a look out of his windscreen. Where's he going to try and
It's
overtake?
exciting stuff.
Woo! That is because Simon's off the gas mega early to try and fuel save. Stephen Walker is bearing down on his brother now. He's just dispatched Jamie Wilson.
Jamie.
Yeah, but I think the advantage is with T of the Walker, not S of the Walker.
God, somebody outside is deafening me. Playing
Oh,
a
really?
whole radio outside
Wow.
in the road.
It's probably David Ayres. He's probably got bored of flashing his lights. He's now playing his music outside your house.
It'll be an Amazon man.
Oh, he sailed it through there, though. That's wide. That's wide. He's trying. He's definitely trying.
Oh yeah, well he's on the limit of his absolutely on
Oh.
the limit of his ability, isn't he? Trying to
Jamie
keep up with
Wilson.
These guys,
Yeah.
this is brilliant driving by him.
Yeah, Jamie
I
Wilson.
don't think I've ever seen finer driving by him, to be honest.
No.
This is fantastic, sustained performance, and he's on the podium. And who's to say he doesn't deserve better?
Yeah. That is Carl Hardy for giving the lights to, I think that's our newcomer.
Tony's got in front of Simon.
Tony's got in front of Simon. Oh, yeah. Wow. Totally missed it. Thank you.
He's chasing down Miguel,
And he's
who's
done him.
fuel saving for Fury and's got him now. Tony!
Tony's got the lead. His brother is not that far behind, really.
Who's not going to catch him in that time?
Do you not reckon?
No,
2 more
Tony's
laps?
flying. Tony's flying. I can't see him getting a second and a half in that time. Can't see anybody doing it, to be honest.
Yeah. So I
He's
think.
got to get past 2 cars that are fuel saving like Billy-O, but still in the way.
Yeah. So they've sacrificed that position to Tony Walker in order to keep fuel saving. So they must be that
In
marginal.
order to
They've got,
finish the race.
yeah, they've got nothing. They've got no answer.
No,
What will
absolutely
Stephen do? And Carl Hardy stands a remarkable
Go on.
chance of
And
getting on a
Anthony
podium.
as well. Is that Anthony back there? No, it's Rene.
Renee. It's Renee. He's there, look. He's not
Yeah.
that far off. Cutting corny car. May well finish just either outside the podium or maybe on it. No. Well, he'd have to overcome Carl Hardy first. Oh, there's overtakes going on back here. Spencer still putting people behind him. Carl Hardy through on Simon Trendle. Spencer not quite done with PVG yet. Pete
What a
Van
night he's
Gogh,
had.
door to door. Oh, this is tense. Actually, is this going to be... If Tony Walker could extend this by another lap, he's going to make two cars definitely fail to finish. But he's not going to manage it. This is the last lap we're on now. Tony Walker has got how many turns left? About 3 turns and 1 kink. Here's the kink. Stephen Walker, his brother, is now done with Miguel, done with Simon. Carl Hardy's next on the menu for Miguel Freitas. Miguel might just
him.
defend him.
He's got past Carl,
Yeah.
but he's not going to. Stephen isn't going to catch Tony.
No, here we go. Checkered flag for Tony
Come
Walker.
on.
What a legend.
My word.
What a legend.
Oh, that's such a fantastic
Well driven.
race, Tony.
Yes,
thrilled
nice.
for you, lad. Oh,
Well
magnificent. Magnificent.
Oh, here we go.
Isn't that great?
Pete Newman trying to get another one, but not quite. Chris Needham defended that beautifully there at the end to get himself 7th place. That's lovely. Spencer
Superb
McCarthy.
racing.
Spencer McCarthy,
Tremendous
19
racing,
places.
guys. Really. Wow. Oh, dear. Pete was in top 10. Stefan came in 10th. Brilliant.
Here we go. We're still racing here.
Simon was down in
Simon.
12th.
Yeah. Didn't quite work for him this time. Wow. JB DeJ over the line in 14th, up 10 places. Jamie Jeffrey up over the line 20 places up from his start position. I know he was like well out of position from the first race, but still, as people keep pouring over the line. Jay Corley there over the line. Hopefully he had fun even if he didn't finish in a top position, as it were.
Certainly had a heck of a drive, no matter what.
Where's David Ayres?
Here comes Feet.
David Ayres with probably a flat battery after all the flashing at the start. With Chris
Oh,
Dixon for company. Oh, right. Chris is pushing David Ayres. He's run out of battery. It's not fuel that stopped that David Ayres car. That,
It was David fuel saving. That doesn't seem very likely.
well, clearly not. He's not got any. I can't see his lights working either, so I think he's got a flat battery from flashing his lights on the start positions.
Right, yeah. Presumably his alternator is non-existent.
Yeah. But respect to Chris for pushing David Ayres across the line. My opinion, doesn't deserve it because of the flashing. Yeah.
Yes, but that's very, very result kind of thinking. It's the way we. Oh, that's it. Shoot him in the walls. The old man.
Last act of disrespect, I think that is. That was good. Right, okay. Oh, dearie me. Well, I don't know of another race with more activity in it, Alan. That was busy.
It was a bit.
It was a bit. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the finishing order now that everybody's over the line. Let me just get some liquid. One sec. It's grape juice, obviously.
That's
'cause I'm
okay.
healthy.
Yeah, you get some liquid. I'm taking care of this.
Yeah, you do
Well,
that.
Tony. Well, what I think is see Tony's name there at the top of that, and that is as worthy a race win as you'll ever see.
It was tidy, wasn't it?
It
Very
was
tidy.
Superb.
So yeah, Tony Walker overall race win and Pro-Am class win for Tony Walker in the penultimate race week of this season 18 of the BSTV TCR Challenge Cup.
Has he won a race before, Tony?
Yeah, he's won one before. Stephen Walker, his brother, the luckiest Wookiee in the world.
Look at that.
I know.
The Walker brothers. There they are.
Yeah. Over the line in second place, top pro car over the line for Hydro Race Geodesic Racing White. So both Hydro Race cars, but different stables. Tony in the Racing Forces stable. Well done to Racing Forces. And then Miguel Freitas on a fuel save after the yellow flag at the start. Third, podium finish. Second in class, Impulse Racing for Miguel Freitas. Well done to you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, second in class, fourth on track. Carl Hardy, your captain, Alan, over the line.
Yes.
Result
Yay.
X Pure Sims, yeah. And then third in class, Renee Earhart. Fifth place for Cutting Corny TCR team, with sixth being Chris Needham for Air Smart Racing. Third in pro was Pete Newman this evening in this feature race. Seventh overall for Result X Pure Sims. Again, Result X Pure Sims have had a good night tonight, I think, Alan.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, look
Two
at
in
where
the
Pete
top
Van
10
Gool
there.
is. Yeah, three in the top 10. Three in the top 10.
10.
Yeah,
he
nice.
is, well, fantastic.
Spencer
Doesn't get
McCarthy.
any better than that.
No, definitely not. Spencer McCarthy was 19 places up from his start position in 8th place for Hydro Race Racing White. Geodesic Racing White, I should say. Pete Van Gool, 9th for Result X Pure Sims. Stefan, over the line in 10th. That's great for VTS Esports. Jamie Jeffrey, over the line in 11th for Coupes and Convertibles Racing, with Simon Trendle in 12th after a fuel save that hasn't quite worked this time for Team Chimera. Dietmar Hoos, over the line in 13th for Cutting Corny TCR team. 14th was JB Dejoux for BSTV Esports. DJ, I did it. I failed, Alan. Failed at the last hurdle.
Oh.
Jamie Wilson, 15th for Team Chimera. 16th was Jura Larkinen for Hydro Race Racing Forces. And the first of our AM class cars, Paul Hurley tonight, for just an average sim racer. 17th, but first in class. Well done to you. Casper
Yes,
Smirnoff.
fantastic.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Brilliant job. Whoever Uli W is, Alan, they're our new favourite person. He says, good job, commentators. Nice race, good night. Yeah, we'll take that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, indeed.
Casper Smirnoff over the line in 18th for Sim Racing School, his new team.
I'm chuffed for Paul. That's a great result for him, isn't it? Because
Really good, really
It's
good.
hard to get when you've got Anthony and David and everybody's competing against.
Yeah. It's a tough crowd round here, isn't it? Deck Crowther, 19th for Blade Designs, with Daniel Lewis, second in class, 20th overall for SRL, Sim Racing League. They have their own TCR league, runs on a Friday normally. I've not heard anything about it, but maybe Daniel can tell us later. Demis Tigjalar, 21st, TRL Racing Forces, and then third in class for Anthony Hilton. We usually see him at the pointy end, but there was a coming together, an unusual, uncharacteristic crash for Anthony Hilton from Mellow Motorsport. Jay Corley over the line, 23rd tonight. Chris Barnes, 24th in his first race with us for Blade Designs. David Ayres, 25th for Safeguard by result. Then Chris Dixon, 26th. My eyes went all funny then, Alan. For Work Guard by result.
But look, they're working well, Pete. You're doing a cracking job.
They're
Sterling job here.
Yeah, they're still in my skull, so it's good. Hilton Nickerson, 27th. He's a privateer at the moment. Somebody will snap him up because he was excellent tonight.
Yeah, he's done very well.
Yeah.
Very well. This is not an easy race to start with, wasn't it?
No.
It was a bit intense out there.
Yeah, I think he was in the middle of that yellow at the start as well. Darrell Wright, 28th tonight for Safeguard by result. Fiona Siddons, 29th, who won't be joining us for an interview because Discord's betrayed her, for Work Guard by result. Martin Shirley was 30th for RD Simsport. Jason Kylie Haddington was classified 31st, 22 laps down for Air Smart Racing. Roger Morton did not start because his brake pedal has betrayed him for Safeguard by result. Wow, that was quite something, that race, or pair of races, to be fair.
Pair of races,
Yeah,
yes.
that was...
Plenty of incident, wasn't there?
Oh, God, yeah. It just went on and on. Right, let's do a bit of button pressing. Let's see if I can get us back to the beginning of the race and get us on a slow-mo. There we go. And, right, I think if Tony Walker's not turned up, there's going to be...
Look, he's in the
There we go.
booth now.
He is
Get
in
your
the
finger
booth.
out. Come on.
Right, I'm going to grab him first. His brother can wait. T, good evening, Tony Walker.
Morning, boys.
Morning. Oh, right. Where are you?
Oh, Tony, we
Sorry.
thrilled for you. Congratulations,
I'm in
mate.
dreamland, that's what it is.
No, you're not.
Congratulations.
You're in the world
No,
of victory. World of victory. Right, let's get a better camera on
Absolutely
your
thrilled
car.
for you.
Where's the cameras? There we go. So, first race, 15th place. Stayed fairly consistent all the way through, to be honest, but still had good pace. It was a busy old race one, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. We qualified quite well for me, like around top 10, and then good start. I think Jay had a slowdown, and there's a couple of people just had slowdowns. Got into a solid position, and then Casper was behind me, and I knew once Casper was behind you, it's so quick, you know he's coming for you.
Yeah.
And then I had a moment, and then that was it. And then, yeah, I was so mad, I tell you.
Well, you finished. Where am I? Where's my screen gone? There. Yeah, you finished with David Ayres just ahead of you, which must be annoying because, well, I suppose it's better for him to be in front of you so you can't see his lights flashing behind you. I mean, that's one godsend, isn't it? And Paul Hurley was behind you at the end there. But you managed to convert your pole start in the second race into an absolutely majestic race win. So absolute mega congratulations. I was saying it's not your first race win in this series, is it? You've won before.
No,
No, this
like,
is your first.
I think I've done about 1.4, maybe 1.5 million races, and I'm pretty sure it's my first podium. So.
I think it is as well, Tony.
Oh, okay.
I'm thrilled. Honestly, I'm thrilled for you. I'm made up for you.
I was convinced.
It's been seasons and seasons and seasons since you started, and mid 12th, 13th was a good day, and you just got better and better, and just it's an amazing story that you managed to raise yourself up and sit on the top of the heap tonight. I'm thrilled for you.
Thanks, Al. It's funny thing is as well. I don't want to be Walker cliche, but if it wasn't for the fact that
Don't say lucky.
I think it was lucky because Steph.
Oh my God.
I was 16th after the incident. I was like, oh, brilliant! I can't even get. And then Stefan ran out of fuel with the last corner. So I was like, oh yes. And then race 2 starts, and then Pete throws a bloody safety car. I'm like, no.
yeah. Well, we did have a block track. Race officials kicked in and through the. You had a massive lead when the yellow
Yes,
came
you had
out.
a
It was
great lead.
enormous.
You were off like a rocket.
How did you get away so quick?
Yeah.
Was it just that? Was it just everybody around you bogged in? Or crashed?
I had a rubbish start actually, but
Oh.
David went up. David was on the outside,
Yeah.
and then he let me go because he actually had a better start. I was confident I could get rid of David, even though he's getting better and he's good. But Carl was the danger man for me. So I thought once Carl gets through, he'll have me. So that's what I was dreading. And then I nearly messed up the restart because I've never done one before. So and Carl was moaning because I was blocking the track. It was funny.
Well, I thought you'd already gone when you were aiming at pit lane entry, and then when you got onto the start finish, it was. I think everybody got caught out. But really, it's for you to control, so they can just shush.
Yeah.
Um,
Back them up
Yeah, I didn't mean
nicely.
to do that.
Yeah.
The plan was to attack the last few corners and get a good exit.
uh-huh.
But then I was told over the comms that you can't go before the green. I was like, well, I don't know when the green's coming. I can't remember where the line is, so I had to slow right back
Okay.
down again.
Yeah. No, fair enough. And if you overtake the pace car before the line, you will get punished. So you've done the right thing.
Yes,
But-
it worked out fine.
Yeah, and at the end of the race, there were some fuel savers around you. I don't know whether you felt, well, maybe they can do it. Miguel was the closest to do it. Simon couldn't make that strategy work, and then your brother was bearing down on you pretty heavily.
Mate, he wasn't getting past me.
Elbows
I was
out.
going to get past you.
Yeah.
And
It
the thing
was,
is, Tony, you had your pace before. You didn't win this just by a fluke of people running out. Your pace was tremendous at the front of the race. You had to keep that pace all the way through the entire race so that you were there at the end to pick up those pieces when they arrived. And it's because you were there, right at the sharp end, still, and that was down to your pace and your skill, mate. It was a tremendous drive.
Thanks, Al. Like, I've had decent pace at times at most tracks, but then I'll just fly off the road and cold tyres, and then. But no, this time I managed to get away. I
Yeah.
still thought Carl was going to have me, but I'm really shocked. I still think I'm lucky. Sorry.
Oh, what are you
I'm-
doing
I'm-
to
I'm
me?
happy with that.
What are you doing to me, Tony? Right, so
Well, we enjoyed your race and your victory.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was the finest thing that I've seen this season. It was a wonderful thing for me. And I'm
Thanks,
thrilled
boys.
for you. Yeah.
yeah, it was spectacular. Next week we go to. I've already forgotten. Where did I say a bit?
Spa.
Week Spa,
Spa,
for the
right.
endurance race.
Yeah, Draft Central.
Yeah.
How'd you go at Spa?
I'm all right in a GT3. It's
Yeah.
I think these cars aren't going to do it, to be honest. I think it's going to be right boring, but
It could be.
double point,
You're right.
it's an important race.
Yeah, we had an absolute barnstormer of. Oh Christ! It was an open wheeler. And I can't remember which one it was, but it was hilarious because we had a different race leader every single lap of the race, I think. It was one of the funniest races I've ever commentated on. I can only pray that next week it's going to be exactly the same as that, but I doubt it because of the talents that this racing league seems to have attracted now. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your race victory for Hydra Race Racing Forces?
Yeah, just you guys putting it on. So I know there's like 30 people in this grid, and to be fair, most of them are absolutely fantastic. The competition is so hard. Just to get into the top 10 for someone like me it's so hard. So thanks for everybody for mostly clean racing week in, week out. Have some good laughs with people. Thanks for Carl for putting the lobbies on, and thanks my brother for all the coaching and the help.
Awesome stuff.
That's very nice.
It is, yeah. Very well said. And we hope you are not a stranger to this booth from this point on. Podium finishes every week for you. Tony Walker, everybody.
Cheers, boys.
Congratulations.
Cheers, boys.
Right. Really nice guy.
Yes. I thought that was his first win.
See, I thought he'd had a victory before, but I know
No, but
he's
he came
had
very
podium.
close a couple of times,
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah. So from one lucky walker to another lucky walker, this one's a Wookie though, is Stephen Walker.
Yay.
Hola, mi amigo.
Hola! Hey! ¿Cómo estás? Race one. Was it flag to flag? No, you went off second, didn't you? Because Pete Newman was your pole man.
Yeah.
But you dispatched him good and quick.
Yeah. I think I got a slightly better start than Pete. And I think we managed to block off. I think it was Miguel.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
I wasn't trying to get in his way. I was just trying to get as close to Pete and stop him from coming all the way over. And then I think the car just wiggled, and I was like, "Oh, there's another car there." I didn't even see, which was funny. Yeah, and then managed just to. The first few corners kind of went my way, luckily, and got it done before we got down to the chicane that launches you into next week.
Yeah. That punted a few people, as did the following one.
imagine.
Actually, it was the curbs here are brutal, aren't they? Those rumbly
Yeah.
ones that are sat waiting for the the unsuspecting. But that was a tidy victory. Very well controlled. You won it by a good margin in the end. Does that race week seal your championship? I think it might.
I don't know. I don't
It
know what
might.
Simon.
Simon didn't have a great finish in the second of tonight's races, 12th. I think that points difference may just be enough. But we'll have to see. Let's bring the scores in, because who knows what incident points people have accrued. Let's see. But your brother mentioned the word luck 3 times. You've already done it once tonight. I mean, it's genetic, Alan. It's official. The luck gene runs through all Walker brothers. It looks like you're going to get a second piece of wood for the fire unless something dramatic happens next week at Spa.
Fingers crossed. Anything could happen because it's iRacing and anything. We did a race at the weekend, and me and Sam, and as we were exiting the pits I had a small power cut,
Oh.
and it
Okay.
cost us we basically did the strategy really well, and we would have come out first, I think,
Right.
because they just called a safety car, but my computer went off, so by the time I got back in, we were 2
It
laps
was
down, and
gone.
that was done.
Yeah.
So that's my luck didn't happen there.
Mm.
So yeah, anything could happen. Obviously, I'd like to try and keep up my 100% of winning the endurance races.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I can do that, but I'd be happy just to finish in the top 5. It's a tough track. It's very much a draft track in these cars, and it'll be tough to make a break. It might be like pack racing, which would be fun to watch, but I'm not a massive fan of it.
Right. Okay.
I'd rather do Spa in something quicker, but not a TCR. But I guess it's different, and like you say, it's an endurance race, so it does add an element of different
Yeah. I
fuel
mean.
saving and things like that. Like that happened again in the second race. I was
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Were you dicing with the choice of fuel saving? Because the yellow came out very early, didn't it? It was halfway around the first lap.
Yeah.
And there was a couple that tried it, and a couple. Well, it didn't work out at all well for Simon tonight. Usually it does, or at least respectably. He's usually in the top 5. 12th, he's probably hoped for better, if I'm being honest. Miguel, though, who started almost right at the back after the disasters of the first race, he finished 20th in the first. He pulled out 23 positions. No, 26th in the first. Pulled out 23 positions to get back in 3rd place with a fuel save. That's mighty, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good drive. He's really quick here. Like, we did the official last night. It was in the absolute pouring down wet, and him and 3 others were just driving away from me, and I was like getting so mardy that I couldn't get anywhere near them. I was like, oh, I'm pretty, like, I'm getting better in the wet, and they were
Yeah.
just driving away, and I was like, and then when I tried to drive the line that they were doing, I was ice skating off and cutting out
Oh.
half of the track and getting a slowdown, and then it would just disappear because it's in the wet. So it was just really frustrating. I was getting like, I was going to do some other racing, and I just turned the computer off after that. So
Right.
I was happy it wasn't raining tonight. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I think I would have just cried. But yeah, he did really well. He's, like I said, he's really quick around here, and he's great at saving fuel. Last week showed that, him and Simon. Like I was like, well, I was in traffic, so I was like, I'll just save a bit and see what my numbers do. And it wasn't going down, even though I was saving. Once I got into clean air, I was like, I'll just make a few passes here and there, and I was saving fuel while passing, and it just wasn't going down. And then I was looking at the gap between me and Simon, and I was like, because obviously, realistically, I needed to finish as close to him as possible. And I was like, well, it's 20 seconds. If I could just, I don't know whether it's worth it. And I basically and ahed about saving fuel or go flat out for about 7 laps, I think.
Yeah.
And in the end, I was just like, do you know what? After last week, I've got PTSD, so I'm just going flat out. I think I can set the fastest lap. And I was catching Carl and Tony at the front, and then there was 2 back markers fighting each other, and I was like, I'm just going to pit now. I came out just behind Carl, nearly took him out because I wasn't quite sure where he was when I came out of the pits. It was a scary pit exit. And then, yeah, just kind of, I was like, well, I can go flat out now, so I'll see what I can do and where I can go. I wasn't expecting to finish second. I thought I could get past Carl, and then Jamie was saving, so I managed to get past him a little bit easier than normal, because normally I was like, right, I'm going to have a good battle with Jamie now to the end, probably.
Yeah.
But he was just saving a bit of fuel, so that was a little bit better for me. And then, obviously, Simon was basically desperate to let me go to save fuel. I think he let off so much on the start-finish straight that I was almost up to Miguel in front of him. It was quite.
There was a few
mega
times.
what he was trying to save.
Yeah, there was a few times last week where people were caught out by people fuel saving and being out of the gas when they probably thought they should have still been in it. I think you nearly wrote off Miguel coming out of one corner last week. Was it last week? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? But yeah, it catches you out, and there was some other people that were equally.
Yeah, I
false.
nearly went into the back of Casper when I was at this race restart. I nearly went into the back of him about 6 times. So I was like, I need to get past him, otherwise I'm going to get hit from behind and everything. So yeah, like I say, after last week and spluttering across the line and saving so much fuel, and I was basically like Simon and Miguel were basically doing what I was doing last week, and on the last few laps just letting off way earlier, like even more than normal, just to try and make it. Miguel less so, but Simon definitely was, like I say, which is unlucky. And yeah, I'm glad I just went with it and pitted, and then just came out and just. It was only a short stop because I had actually saved some fuel.
Yeah.
And so my pit stop was a lot shorter than most people's. I think I was only stationary for 5.7 seconds.
I think that's what it said. My screen's reset now, so I can't claim it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. About 5 seconds.
'Cause it got me the gap up to Carl.
Okay. Well, it's been a splendid effort tonight. Great to watch. I did wonder whether a Team Walker multi-21 might happen, but there was no need for it in the end because Simon kind of dropped astern quite a lot.
No, I couldn't do that to him. I couldn't take away his first win. Not a chance. Imagine.
Yeah.
Imagine. He'd never forgive me.
Well, it's not
and,
that though. It's the god of luck would have abandoned you completely, and you would never have had any again. So that's what would sort that out. But you've done remarkably well. Your brother's done spectacularly well to get a race victory over people like yourself and the other names in this league. Given the fact that he's all right, iRating doesn't. It's not a definition, is it? He's at
No,
2.8, and
Look
he
at Jamie
probably should
Jeffrey.
be higher. Yeah, Jamie Jeffries at he's been 1.9 forever because he never does officials. And then
Yeah.
you've got yourself at 5.5 and Miguel at 6.7, Spencer at 6.3, and Tia's he's bossed them all in this race. It's brilliant. And you came home second. As long as the wheels don't fall off your car next week, we may well be crowning you again and sending you another block of wood for the fire. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Fingers crossed. Yeah, obviously you guys for putting on the show again. It was like 32 cars, was it, or something like
Yeah,
that?
32. Well, 31
with the-
technically because Roger's pedals betrayed him.
Oh, unlucky, Roger.
Yeah.
31 cars with the penultimate race of the season on a really difficult track. Like it's not easy to get the amount of slowdowns and stuff. My brother for cracking out his first win. It's our first 1-2 in God knows how long since I think we were on Forza. So I'm really proud of him. Like he had good pace. He drove like well. He had to drive it and stay out of trouble and not get slowdowns and navigate the pit entry. And so yeah, he's done really well. Like he had really good pace. Like he would have finished I think in the top 5 in the first race if he hadn't had that incident with Casper. It's unfortunate. Yeah, Spencer for blagging it at the end. I don't think he did any practice.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so. Sent him a setup in the lobby and just after qualifying for the first race and then again in the second race. So yeah, thanks to him for showing up. I know it's difficult at times for us all. Yeah, just the rest of the league, good racing. I didn't really see anything mega stupid in and around where I was. So it's in the words of Russell Cowell, we're racing.
Yeah.
So,
you need to drag him back. I think you will.
No, there's no chance of that.
No? Is he done, is he?
Don't think so. I think so, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you're the only driver I know, if you do win this season, that's won for multiple teams in multiple seasons. So that'll be another feather in your cap.
Really?
More incentive for you to do that. And we will see you this time next week. Multiple previous champion, current reigning champion, and current championship leader, Stephen Lucky Wookie Walker, everybody.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very
Well
much.
done, matey.
Thank you.
We're going to run out of time just for me to do his accolades at
Yes.
some point. Do you know what I mean? It's getting a bit silly now. Right, let's have a look at who. Oh, right, yeah. We haven't got Pete Newman. He doesn't often turn up, does he? Right, next car we're going to bring in. Next car, because they're all machines, Alan. Is the mighty Miguel Freitas. Good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Miguel.
Hey. Right, so race 1 never existed, did it? We didn't do that one.
I had to miss. I had other stuff to do.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we won't really discuss that. So we'll start with race 2. You started in 23rd position. You did the recovery drive of the century including a fuel save, in order to convince me and Alan, well, more particularly me, that you could actually win this one. And got pipped at the end by a well-driven Tony Walker and a also well-driven brother of Tony Walker, also known as Stephen Walker. But your performance was spectacular. There was some fantastic racing tonight. We saw some good door-to-door with you and quite a lot of other cars, as you might expect, given the fact that you went through an entire field to get to third place. Talk us through.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. My race almost ended 2 seconds after the green light.
Yeah.
I had to throw my car into the wall because the car in front did not go, and
Yeah, we saw that.
I wasn't
Oh.
expecting. But yeah, and after that I kept overtaking people, and then there was a huge crash, and I fortunately was in the right place at the right time, so I gained like 5 more places. And by the time the safety car showed up, I was like 10 positions up.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
At what point did you say, right, I'm fuel saving this?
2 laps too late.
Really? Really? Okay.
Yeah, after the safety car, I started pushing behind Steven, and then I noticed Kapker was saving, so I started to think about that, and did another lap pushing, and then okay, I will try just to see what the calculator says.
Yeah.
And then I noticed it was possible, but I have to save a lot, and
Right.
yeah, by the end I was just too slow for the guys that beat
Yeah.
it, but it was almost there. One
Yeah.
lap shorter and I would have made it.
Right. Okay. Well, you were one of 2 that attempted it, and Simon. It didn't work out for Simon at all. He dropped a whole bunch of places in the last couple of laps, and fell well astern into 12th place. I found it funny personally. I didn't say it in the broadcast, but every time we put a camera on a battle, you were either in front of it, behind it, or in the middle of it. The whole second race, it was like there was multiple Miguel Freitases in the race. It was like, how can he be in every position all the time? What is going on here? But it's so hilarious and entertaining, absolutely. We go to Spa next week. Are you with us for the final race? It's going to be a nice endurance race.
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
And yeah, I really love the track, so
Ah, cool. Right.
Yeah.
we were talking now before the interview, and I don't think none of us have ever driven the new Spa with the
Oh,
new
no.
TCRs.
Ah, yeah.
Right.
Which
So
will be an unknown.
yeah, because for the people at home that are watching, and there's quite a few, Spa used to be an off-track central area. It was difficult to race fast and not pick up like 5 million incident points, and especially on an endurance race. It's a bit more relaxed now, isn't it, Miguel? You can take a little bit more liberty with the extremes of the track.
I'm Iberian, so I take all the off tracks I can.
Right, fair enough. So, monopolising on off tracks is Miguel Freita. So, hopefully, you'll join us again. There's no pressure for you to answer for season 19, because you're such a fantastic addition to this this league. Maybe you can drag Jason Landry back with you. I don't know. He's off probably doing off-track racing with his Land Rover or whatever the hell he was doing the last time we spoke to him. But yeah, having Impulse Racing, having yourself in the league is brilliant. It's good to know that you'll be back for Spa and the draft train that will inevitably ensue. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Tony Walker. It was an amazing race. When I saw him coming, and I had on relative the indication that he had already pitted, I was like, maybe he pitted under the safety car and we'll still have to stop.
Yeah. Praying.
But no, he was just flying.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so shout out to him. It was really nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, and for next season, I should be back. I know I won't do the full season. I will have to miss quite some weeks, but I will still join and do the
Yeah.
races that I can.
Awesome.
Because this is a lot of
Any
fun.
amount of
Good.
Miguel is better than no Miguel. that's for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even one race in a season. You're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah, we enjoy your company. We love
Yeah.
your driving, Miguel, and we love your warmth and your personality. You're just a great driver. And,
I'm blushing.
no, you speak loudly just by your very character for what's great about iRacing.
Absolutely.
Racing.
Yeah. Yeah. You're
And by the way,
Sorry, go on.
by the way, just to keep my good view for you, I already said sorry, but also want to say on broadcast to Capker because
Okay.
I got in a crash with him and I screamed in chat because I thought he was to blame, and I was very annoyed. And then I got to see the replay and noticed that I was being an idiot.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I already said sorry to him, but yeah, saying it in public as well.
Yeah, no, well,
Yeah.
you're the embodiment of everything that we want in BSTV. Everybody in the either the heat of the moment or in their interpretation of that moment can be inaccurate, and it's the humble person that goes back afterwards and does exactly what you've just done. So, absolute and complete respect to you. I think, like I said, brilliant having you in the league. You are such a talent, so very fast, and embody everything that we want in a racing driver in this league. The mighty Miguel Freitas.
See you.
Well done, matey.
All right, next into the booth. Who are we going to bring in next? Where did looking down the? Go
I
on
think
then.
they're breeding down there, aren't they?
No, well, some are in there that we've already spoken to, so it's fine. Next into the booth, we're going to bring in Casper Smirnoff. Good evening.
Yay!
Yay! Woo! Right, okay. So, in your new livery of Sim Racing School, when did you get snapped up by them, by the way? Or is this something that you've created yourself?
It's the same team, it's just rebranded.
Ah, okay. Well, good. In the first race, you did mightily well. You were just outside the podium positions in 4th place. It was a nice, tidy, but very, very competitive race. You had Renee giving you some pressure for a while before you started to pull away from. Oh, somebody's throwing hearts at me in the YouTube chat. Just give me a minute. I've just got to combat that. I've got to throw about 3,000 hearts back. There we go. Stop it. Right, and then in front of you, not quite able to catch up with the super fast Simon Trendle. Talk us through your first race first before we get into the second one.
So in the first race, how to say it? Okay. I got bad quali, to be honest, because
No?
I had potential for better place, but slow down and my lap was gone.
Okay.
And I started P8, I think, something like that. Got to P6 after first 2 corners, and then tried to overtake Tony. I was behind him,
Yeah.
and into the chicane I should have backed off. It was not really an overtake attempt. I was just right beside him. I should have backed off, but some net code, and he was
Yeah,
gone.
we saw
the
that,
netcode.
yeah.
We saw the net code.
We watched it firsthand
Well,
and
Pete
replayed
spotted
it. Yeah.
Eagle-eyed Pete spotted it.
Yeah. Yeah. That was, I mean, you could have walked sideways between the cars. There was a good amount of air between them. That was at the first chicane, wasn't it? So, yeah. And then, but you shouldered that responsibility and made your way forward and finished in 4th place. Top Pro-Am class car over the line ahead of Renee and Pete Van Gool. And then in the second race, we've already heard from Miguel. He in the moment considered it to be your responsibility, but when he's watched the replay, he's realised it was his. He's already apologised to you in the chat, and he's apologised in public on the broadcast, which you've got to salute, really. Hopefully, it didn't, make your race unenjoyable, because from what we saw after that point, it was a recovery drive, yes, and you handled the car extraordinarily well afterwards.
Sorry, you're talking about race 2 or race 1? Because
Oh, that was in race 1, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this action with me was in race 1.
Yeah. So race 2, you ended up in a bit of a kerfuffle. Were you involved right at the very start?
No,
I thought you were ahead
was
of it,
not.
yeah.
I just decided to feel safe. It was bad decision because I had pace. I should have just go flat out.
Yeah,
But tried to do something different and
Yeah.
it didn't work.
No.
Also had the drive-through because Anthony was going back on track right in front of my face. So
Yes, saw
Yes.
that. We did see that,
We
and
saw it.
yeah, it ruined the paint job of your car, didn't it? Let's put it that way. So is your finger now healed, or are you still? Is it broken? I can't remember what you said now.
no, I said it was broken. It was just how to say it in English. I don't
Sprained.
Oh, sprained. Yeah,
Sprained,
yeah.
right? Okay, that's better then.
It hurt like
Yeah,
Yes.
hell.
yeah. Some of us have had that previously. It's not pleasant. So I'm glad you're in the recovery of that. How's your race manager taking the fact that you sprained your finger?
Very good.
Awesome stuff. I mean, the second race, 18th, you'd probably hope for better. You didn't pit. You tried to fuel save it. Simon tried to fuel save it and ended up
Yeah.
only for
It's not,
6
it's
seconds.
not Casper's normal thing, is it? Fuel saving doesn't.
No, but you've got to try at least once, haven't
Yeah,
you?
well, no, trying something new, and
Yeah.
I seem to remember you saying you tried that last time, didn't you?
I tried it at Tsukuba.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
It
know
worked,
it's right.
it
It's
worked
another.
back then, but
Yeah.
now it didn't.
yeah.
I'm
Well,
not sure this is such a good circuit for it.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, it was case of a circus.
yeah.
Yeah.
If the mighty solar-powered Simon can't do it, then everybody else is going to struggle.
it's a tough one, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah. You probably have a lot more luck at Spa
At
next
Spa,
week.
yeah, we got endurance race at Spa next
In
week.
fact, I expect everybody to go about 4 miles an hour next week because everybody's going to be fuel saving.
They'll be towing each other around, Alan. They'll be whipping each other with rope to try and get a tow. Hopefully you go well at Spa, Casper. But in the interest of time, is there anybody you would like to shout out to in order to, before we let you go and celebrate your class victory in the first race?
My team manager, because he finally sent me a livery
Ooh, right. Okay.
after after how many weeks?
Yeah.
Wait.
Only 12.
Official rebrand of the team was like a month and a half ago. And I
Right.
was still racing as an Apex 1 because I didn't have a livery.
Yeah. Okay.
Well-
What's the name of your manager?
Przemek.
Right, okay. Oh, he was on the chat, I think, was he? Might have been. Yeah, he was shouting out for you. He was on the chat. So, yeah, at least he's watching as well. So,
Yeah.
2 shout-outs for him.
And you got your nice livery as well.
Yes, and it's a really nice livery, actually. I like that.
And he's not happy with it, to be honest.
Really? I wouldn't be. Oh, looks good to me. I like it. Well, maybe you can do better next time. In that case, we will let you go and start your practice for Spa. Remember, Spa is all about just sitting behind the car in front and taking draft from them. And we look forward to seeing you racing this time next week. Casper Smirnoff.
Well done,
Bye-bye.
matey. Well done.
Right. Next up, we're going to bring in blah, 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 blah. We're going to bring in Mr. Jay Corley. Hopefully mid-conversation, but apparently not.
It's that.
Welcome back, Jay Corley.
It's so good to be back.
Yay! Woo! Awesome stuff. Race 1 didn't quite go to plan, did it? There was... Yeah. Did you end up in the very bottom half of the table? I think you did, didn't you?
Must have been awful for him.
Place.
Was it? What? Eh?
Yeah, he did really well.
Oh, did he? Oh, right. In that case, I'll
You
just
must
show
be You must be like confusing me for another J.
Maybe.
Too many J's in the
Maybe.
league. That's what it
There's
is.
lots of them. Oh, sorry, 6th place. Yeah, I found it now. Just ignore me. It's fine.
You can
Most
say
people
the same
do.
thing for race 2 if you want. And
Are you going to put
yeah.
Jay's car up as well so I can enjoy Jay's car?
Oh no, I'm getting the 2 races mixed up, I think. But no man. Where did you finish in the second race? Looking down the field. Oh,
Keep looking
several pages. Hang on a minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
looking down.
Oh, it's
No, no,
turned
no,
into
no.
a scroll in the second race. So we'll just talk about the first one for now. Yeah, you were mega fast in practice, really, compared to everybody else. That was very impressive. And then converted it into a decent finish in the actual race itself. 4th in class, 6th on track. Welcome back to our leagues. Please never leave again. Jay Corley, talk us through the first race.
Okay, so I was pleasantly surprised and shocked with how good a qualifying lap I managed to get. I had Mr. Newman behind me for a bit of qualifying. He was catching me up by a 10th every couple of corners. Then when I went across the line and saw he was first place, I was like, okay, fair enough, gave him a toe. Looked at my own time, saw I think at the time I was third,
Yeah.
and I just thought, well, obviously, you know, I'm using an illegal car here.
Just don't admit to it on a broadcast.
Of course. I'll send the check in the post.
Yeah.
But at the end, I think I started in 5th place. I think it was. So pleasantly surprised with that. Main focus after that was just nice, clean race, and fortunately enough, I got it to a point. Now I don't know if the other drivers you've had already come into the booth have mentioned it already, but the slowdowns on this track,
Brutal.
just,
Yeah.
and they don't give you any off tracks either. It's just pure slowdowns. And you should have put rain on, because if you had rain on, then I could have seen them so easy. But it was.
Rain is
was
on,
pretty
believe it or
rain.
not, but it was only at 8% for this one because I randomise it. I click the button 3 times, and that's what you get. And this
So
one was on
fair enough.
8.1.
Yeah, 8.1 is where it is on the fixed as well.
Oh.
So.
Oh right,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so in the fixed this week it's 8.1, so no one should be getting rain. So naturally, the one race
Deluge.
I've done is-
Yeah.
yeah, I got rain this week on my fixed, and it was an experience.
I'm sure. Yeah,
But,
brilliant.
Yeah, those slowdowns they crippled me. I think I could have honestly got a 4th place in that one, but it's my first time actually racing the Elantra for a while. I've decided
Okay.
for the last 2 races of the season, let's just go with Elantra. Doesn't mean anything. I'm just happy to be back. You know?
Good.
And 6th place, yes, fantastic.
Yeah.
Good race one, kept it clean for the most part, and very happy with that.
Yeah, and the
finish.
Elantra this time. It was Honda previously, wasn't it? Is the Elantra just something new to do?
I just wanted to try something a bit different,
Yeah.
and with the last 2 tracks we have, I think the Elantra could be sort of the best fitting car, especially when it comes to the curbs. And not that I'm trying to like give myself a slight advantage with 2 races to go, but I'm definitely trying to give myself a slight advantage with 2 races to go.
Awesome. And where was I going? Oh, sorry.
Well, the Elantra's my car as well, Jay. You can't go wrong with an
Fantastic.
Elantra.
Yeah,
choice, Aaron.
yeah, sensible choice for a better Britain. So yeah, people need to realise that Jay he's a community man. So Jay does track guides for everybody really. He's not a community man for BSTV, not just BSTV, but for the whole iRacing community. Go and find his iRacing and YouTube channels and Twitch. You're on Twitch as well, aren't you? Everywhere. Yeah. You turn a corner, Jay Corley. You turn another corner, Jay Corley. Oh my God.
Dark Alley, Jacob. Oh,
Hey.
forget about that one.
Yeah. But he's fantastic. So go and find his channels,
you.
subscribe, make him popular. The more people subscribe, the more money he gets. So yay for Jay Coley.
Yay, money!
woo.
Give me your money.
Yeah, too
Yeah.
right. In that case, we shall let you have your shout outs before we see you at Spa next week. Hopefully you're back with us. If you're not, then fine, but I'll cry all day. Alan's sick of me crying, but you know.
Well, just for that, I'll make sure to turn up. We can't have you crying.
No.
We can't have Alan even more sick of you. No, thank you guys for just putting on absolutely fantastically. I've been lurking on the Wednesdays, coming home late from work and turning on, checking out the race in the background while sorting my own stuff out. So it's always been entertaining as always. And thank you for the shout out to the channel as well. Hopefully we can get more and more people trying what is, in my opinion, the best racing in the whole of iRacing. More people driving TCRs, more people that check out leagues like this one, which give the community so much more options and choices. I'm not being paid for this, by the way. This is actually all coming from the heart. And just a massive shout out to the guys from Result for persuading me to get in contact with yourself, Pete, to try and come back in for the last couple of races. And I am absolutely looking forward to the next season, and I'll 100% be here from Wednesdays onwards.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we will wish you the very best for Spa next week. Don't forget, tuck yourself in behind the car in front. It is Jay Corley, everybody.
Yay!
Thank you guys.
Well done, matey.
Yeah,
He had a good night tonight.
He did.
You know, it just didn't look like he'd ever stepped out the car, really. It was in
no.
a different car. He just instantly comfortable.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's great to see him back with us. And now in the booth for just an average sim racer is Paul
Yes.
Hurley with his new
Paul
paint on
Hurley.
screen. Welcome to the booth.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Yes.
right.
Welcome.
So, it's been a good night for you, a good points hauling night. In the first race, you were third in class. You were 16th on track. David Ayres, the flashy light man himself, managed to get ahead of you. Don't know how that happened. Really don't. Don't let that happen again. Anthony Hilton finished ahead of you, but we're kind of used to that one. And in the second race, as long as my numbers on the screen are right, you got a class victory in the second race. Fantastic work. And talk us through the first one first. We'll come to celebrating the second one in a second. But yeah, you held first race together very nicely. Got yourself a 16th place start for the second, which is actually quite a good grounding place, isn't it? Did you get caught up in that mess at the start of the second race or not?
It was in front of me. I managed to drive around it.
Oh,
so
wicked,
I
right.
ended up in P11. So I was a bit fortuitous, but you know what happened after that? What was the second race you're talking about? Was I had all the fast guys behind me.
Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Your first race, though, very polished effort. You were on screen quite a lot. You had some really good, strong battles there. You had a very fast recovering Tony Walker dueling with you for a good proportion of time. Well, you finished a good 2 seconds ahead of Darrell Wright, I think it was, in the end. But, you know, kept him behind you, got yourself a podium finish for your class. It was a tidy effort.
I mean, it's not a track. I only bought the track this week, and
Oof, right.
so I just try and keep it safe. You know, if you've got to be in the race to get a result.
Yep.
For starters. So
Absolutely.
I generally try and keep it safe. And with the faster guys, I won't just let them pass. But a lot of the time, I think better to sort of maybe be behind and try and learn to get faster,
Yeah.
as opposed to trying to hold them up or risk getting yourself knocked off the track.
No, absolutely. That's what league racing's all about.
Yeah.
You'll get used to racing again around these guys, knowing who you can push and who you can't, knowing who you need to give a little bit extra room to, just because of the way that they drive. And you learn
If I'm on the
skills.
track.
You learn skills you can't possibly ever hope to learn in official racing because it's a different pool of people every week. And you get some utter knobs in official races. Whereas in league races or, you know, sensible leagues like this one, you can trust the people racing side by side with you. And yes, sometimes there are mistakes made, and sometimes, you know, the red curtain comes down. But at the end of the day, there's apologies, there's handshakes, albeit digital ones, and we move on. But you get to learn the ways that you can overtake, the ways that you can stay in tow, the ways that you can run side by side with someone for multiple corners, the lines to take in, the lines to take out. You don't get that in officials.
No, and it's touring car, isn't it? You're supposed to have a bit of door bagging.
Yes, touring
Yes.
cars. That's
Yeah,
what it's all
absolutely.
about. But yeah, second race, it sounds like you threaded the needle around that right-off wreck and got through. Got yourself a 17th place, which for AM class is remarkable, and a class victory. So massive celebrations. Any standout moments in that one for you?
There was there was one point where one of the faster guys was coming around me and just tagged me on the first corner, and it sort of went sideways. I managed to hold it, but
Nice.
yeah, there was some people. There was someone fuel saving in front of me who nearly caused me an issue, but I managed to get around him.
Right.
So I think it's all right fuel saving, but if you're going to go slower, you can't sit on the line. It's like having a slow down, and yeah, that was a point of contention. I'm not going to name any names. But yeah, I just tried to keep it solid. Tried to keep the pit stop is another thing. Like you can lose or gain time in the pits there.
Mm-hmm.
So got me entry right, and I think Jay Cooley just managed to get out in front of me. But yeah, just held it together. It was a bit of a sweaty one. I'm not going to lie. It was quite strange.
It was hard work, I think, for
Yeah,
everybody out there today.
definitely.
It is tough, large grid, and yeah, you did well to do a good pit stop here because you know you could die of old age trying to get into the pit lane.
The entry's horrible and the exit's not great either.
No, it's
No.
not. It's tight. And you're joining on what is usually the wrong side of the traffic. It's a bit like the pit lane exit at Sebring. But yeah, good performance tonight. Very solid, and great to have you in the league.
I enjoyed it, fellas. I don't think I quite got the pace of Mr. Anthony Hilton yet, but
Don't know.
Well,
Don't know.
no, I don't think so. But
Well,
he's quick and
he's
yeah,
really moved on.
he'll be you know
He's really stepped up.
He'll
He
be
was
next
in
year.
he was in SRL, and me and him
yeah.
weren't too far apart. And he seems to have he's moved up a level. I think
Yeah.
he's improved definitely from what I know of him.
Yeah, he's done a couple of seasons here now. I don't know whether it's as a result of racing in because SRL and us, we run side by side. They run on a Friday, we run on a Wednesday. We're mutually supportive, along with Alpha Touring Championship, which is another league in the US time slot.
Yep.
We
I
keep,
know someone in that.
yeah, we keep each other going. It's not competition; it's mutually assured existence, and we love each other. So racing in these,
It's a niche group, isn't it? Your touring cars is like it's a niche group, and you do see
Yeah.
you do get there's a bit of a community in there, and I like that.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, much more than in GT3s, for instance, or GT racing
Yeah.
in general. But yeah, it's all good stuff. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go and start your practice for Spa?
Just the people I raced with, Dick Crowther, Daniel Lewis. You had we had Chris Barnes in tonight.
Yeah, new
Yeah.
addition. Yeah, always
Yeah,
good
he's
to get
very
new
well.
guys.
He's got some pace. Watch out for him.
Yeah,
And then my friend from South Africa, Mr. Hilton Nickerson, who was very
yeah.
fortunate as well. So I
Yes.
think next season maybe Tom Woodcock might be coming back as well.
Hey, yeah, he was on the chat recently, or he was in Discord recently. It'd be great to have him back. He was a great addition.
more
at
the
that time.
merrier.
Yeah,
More the
And,
merrier.
yeah.
They're
so
all
come
good
on.
drivers, you know. Look at that. Everybody's come in. It's been a tough race tonight. To be your first race with us, you know, your teammates have done well, haven't they? And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
zero.
Dex,
Yeah.
Dex was a bit unfortunate tonight. He got taken out a few times, but Dex pretty fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And,
he's very quick.
Yeah, so shout out to those boys in SRL, to my teammates from JAS now. It was JASR. Kev Ailey, I don't know if you know him. I think you do.
yeah, we know him. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the time means he can't race as he'd be in as well.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think it's really well run. And thanks for having me. I'm enjoying myself.
Awesome stuff. Great to hear.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and we will.
You guys are commentating on the stream every week as well.
Yeah, no worries. It's our absolute pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you this time next week, and hopefully for every race we ever do in the future. Paul Hurley, everybody.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Yep.
Good night.
Well done, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.
And very quickly, the last of our interviewees tonight is Mr. Chris Dixon. Good evening.
Da-da-da-dum.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Good
so,
evening.
race one.
Forget about that
It's
one.
straight out.
I mean, is that right off?
Oh yeah, I didn't even cross the the start line.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I was wondering why on earth. But you were last, obviously. No, you weren't. You weren't last. You were.
Second last, I think, or 29th, third last.
Hang on a minute. I'm gonna find that and disprove you. Just one sec.
Oh no, I was 28th because Fee
Yeah.
got 15. She got a black flag on the last lap.
That's right. Yeah. So 28th in the first one, 26th in the second one, and about 4th in class, I think that is, or something like that. So, in terms of your class positions, you did all right in terms of points. Better in the second of tonight's races. Do the longer races suit you better than the sprints?
Possibly. I just got caught out in the beginning of the first race.
Okay.
It was one of the. I'm not sure who it was. But one of them didn't. It was in one of the Elantra's didn't go, and everyone scattered.
Saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Went either way, didn't it?
Yeah, and then we all came back together, and I think it was Fee and maybe Jason or someone from behind. Obviously had the more speed because we'd reacted, and I ended up in the middle, and they just closed in on me, and that was it. Fee spun out, and I spun, I hit the inside wall, wrote the car off.
Ah, okay.
I was thinking, is he going to throw a yellow because we were all over? And then we all got going, so I thought, no, he's not going to. I better go. Went into the first corner and turned, and it just didn't turn. I had no wheel after the other.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I just had to reset and go from there.
And then second race hit, and were you involved in that crash?
Sort of. I think Jamie Jeffries was behind us, and I avoided it and missed the back of Fee, and then started to turn, and he sort of put across the front of me, and the next thing he spun across in front of me,
Right.
and I sort of slowed down to let him back through, and then you'd thrown the yellow flag, so
Ah, okay.
told me to follow, so it was unintentional. It was slow speed. There was no actual 1Xs or anything, but yeah, unfortunately I couldn't let him back through because it was under caution.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you're instructed to, then that's that. We saw you in quite a few battles, and we saw you being a very sensible and gracious person under blue flags. As always, you know, there's one thing to be a fast racer. There's another skill completely to be somebody who's good at being overtaken. Is the right terminology? It is a skill. It can be dangerous for, well, it's not physically dangerous. It's a simulator, but it can be dangerous for people's race existence if you don't do it right. And I think you're doing very, very well with that. Next week we go to Spa. It's an endurance race. Do you think that suits you? I'm pretty sure you've done plenty of laps at Spa. Virtually everybody has.
Yeah, I've done a few, so I don't mind Spa. It just depends on the pit lane. I don't know which pit lane we're using.
No, do I? It's a good question. Pete's going to go and find out now very quickly. We are at Grand Prix pits, so it's the shorter one, isn't it?
One.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it should be okay then.
Right.
And I don't know. I'll get on and do a bit of testing and see if we can do some fuel saving, and see if we can use a bit of tactics. Because Anthony's that quick, there's no way I'm going to stay with them.
You say that, but he didn't. He nearly came unstuck completely in the second race tonight.
Yeah, I did see that, and I mean, I had a little battle with Dan Lewis for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think Chris Barnes, I had a little battle with him, and he got past me, and I had the line, so I got back past him. Yeah, it was sort of pick the fights. Really, and
Can't believe you let David Ayres get through on you.
no, I didn't. I had to slow down. He ran.
Oh. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Oh.
I dropped back and pushed.
Yes, you had to push him home, didn't you?
Yeah. No, that was good teamwork. That
Was David fuel saving? Was that his fuel saving strategy?
No, he did pit, but I'm not sure why.
I told you, Alan. I told you it was a flat battery because of all the light flashing.
All the lights, yeah, it must have been.
Yeah. Shocking.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocking.
I just dropped back and helped David out.
I just maybe thought it was a really, really bad fuel saver, you know.
Well, I don't know if you saw it on the line. It nearly all went wrong.
Yeah, we did see that. Yeah, we wondered what the hell was going on because you steered off to the right and he went left. But no.
I don't really know what happened. He just sort of went off to the left and hit the wall, and then I just took off to the right.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Funny stuff. Anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Just yourselves as usual and everyone involved for putting the stream on, everyone for watching, and all the drivers for doing what they do and making it possible for us to do it.
Awesome stuff and well said. We look forward to seeing you racing this time next week. Chris Dixon, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, well done, Chris.
And thank you, Alan, for the vote last week. I didn't see it till the next day, so for the
Oh,
driver of the
you're
week.
welcome, mate. You earned it.
Very much so, yeah. It was a good performance. Yeah, see you next week, mate.
Yeah, night, guys.
Brilliant. Right. I haven't really thought about this enough because we're at the point now of driver of the meeting. We can try and do this fairly quickly because we're over time.
Yes, I don't know which one to choose. That's not going to be easy.
No.
there's 25 at least drivers who deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, Tony Walker did such a good job in his race victory. I don't know whether I can walk away from that. I know race 1 wasn't great for him necessarily.
No, you can't walk away from it. You've got to give it to him because if you
kinda
don't,
do, yeah.
you've got to give it to him.
Yeah, I
mean, I'm very tempted to give it to him as well. In
Well,
fact,
why
I think
not?
I'm going to.
Yeah,
So
all right.
why
we're
don't
doing
we
this.
both give it to Tony?
Let's do
Because
that. Let me.
If
just do
anything's
this.
worth celebrating, it's that victory by him. I don't think I'll see anything better than that tonight.
No, I don't think we need to talk about anything else. There was some other good stuff going on, but that
There
is a standout
there was
piece.
some great overtaking performances. Spencer was tremendous.
Yeah.
Jamie, there was lots of people who drove. My skipper drove brilliantly. You know,
very
there was a lot
good.
of great drives out there. But I think we need to celebrate Tony's victory.
Yeah, and I think that sums up the evening. I mean, we saw it all. Such a huge amount of activity, lots of entertaining action. The fact that a Pro-Am driver has bested the whole field in a feature race says everything about a race, doesn't it, really? And we've got it all to look forward to again this time next week for an endurance race at Spa, folks. So it's the last race of the season. We may be crowning Mr. Lucky Wookie Walker this time next week for another lump of wood.
He got so lucky last season, didn't he?
And lucky again this season. It's
And he's
it's
gonna be lucky
remarkable how
again.
much
It's
luck there
amazing
is.
how much luck he's got.
Oh, sensational stuff. Thank you to everybody that watched and contributed on the chat tonight. You're wonderful people. You're what keeps us interested in doing this. Thank you to all the racers. 32 races this close to the end of a season is remarkable for any league. It speaks volumes as to the commitment of the guys and what a community they've generated for themselves. And thank you to you, Alan, for your wonderful insights into racing and into this community and keeping me on the straight and narrow with my ridiculous commentary, camera work, and everything else.
You're on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, well, it is that, isn't it?
But we wouldn't want anything to change about you, my dear. at
Oh,
all.
well, that's very nice to hear. You should tell some other people in my life about that, but never mind.
Okay.
Well, that's a different topic.
Give me some addresses. I'll send them a card.
Excellent stuff. It's a long list. I will say, stay safe, everybody, and we'll see you this time next week for the season finale. Good evening, and over to Alan.
Yeah. What a night, folks. That was a real sweaty old race, wasn't it, tonight? Awesome stuff. It'll be different again at Spa. We've got a bit more room to spread out there. Lots of tow. And, yeah. It's been a fantastic season. I'm looking forward to this race next week. It's going to be tremendous. Spa's a fantastic track. It brings out the best in people. And they will be hanging on and fighting like cats. Great. We'll see you next week. Big cord. Yeah.